is the Most High and his workers themselves. This is a spiritual teaching, so pay attention. This is not Bible study. This is life as you know it. And as we get to know ourselves, the more higher you understand why you should love yourself with a different perspective of this life. Come out of it so you can see why God said, I can give you all the same things you're going after in this life. Why won't you trust me to do it for you? You didn't have to kill nobody. You didn't have to steal. You didn't have to do all these things to do it. All you have to do is trust me and then trust you that I'm working through you. I would have guided you to do it. What is it? It's called self-belief. It doesn't mean that you need to be famous. You don't have to have it all. You need to have some faith in you. First of all, you need to have some love for yourself, which will give you integrity. You need that. It's called principles. You need to have boundaries. You need to have something that I didn't have. I had to learn, because when you didn't know, how else can you be able to tell anyone if you didn't go through it yourself? You have to be everything and seen something that can took your whole heart and your life away, and you could have been gone and you couldn't have remembered yourself. To me, that's the same as going insane and being locked up in a padded room and your arms is all taped up together in a crazy straitjacket, and you can't scratch your back, you can't do nothing but be crazy with yourself because you can't do nothing and you forgot yourself. To me, that's the same as being locked up. It's called a mental prison. If you want an original or what a mental prison is like, I just gave it to you. It's like that, being in a padded room, your arms is on, you're in a straitjacket and you're crazy and you just having thoughts that you can't do nothing about, and you just keep thinking, and it just leaves you like that on a loop. Now, if people want to get off the loop and get off the wheel, you have to heal. You know how to heal? Some people don't know how to heal. It's okay. It's all right. It's a process. It's called letting go of resentment and anger of things that no longer serve you. If it didn't stop you, if you stopped yourself, then you should want to slap you. I did it to myself. Please don't blame anybody for our own mishaps and our choices in life. Our choices is the things that teach us wrong from right. It's the same thing as having a man or a woman or a baby, which is a boy or a girl. It's the same. It's one of the two. Both of us have it. We all have it, a masculine and a feminine, and we all come with either or. Some, if you're born with both, I don't know. Is that an accident, or do God make mistakes? No, you have to figure out if you're a mistake or not. If you think that God made a mistake with you, do it have anything to do with your genitals or what you feel or what you designed inside? What is your spirit telling you? Go with that. That's the only thing I could tell you. Whatever I don't know, then I don't know. I'm just going to say what I know and share the things of experience of a lot of our same feelings that we all feel and the experience that we all went through. Everybody had a valley of shadow of death. You had it. Even babies coming in. Nobody gets spared. Some of us get through a little easier than others. Doesn't mean because we came through and we had a perfect baby and the baby's healthy that they life and they're going to listen all the way through, or you're going to be without trials on your journey. So you see, it doesn't matter how it starts. It's how it finishes and how you hold yourself all the way through. The winter's going to come. And sometimes it starts off settled because it's easy. You don't got nothing to do. You're a kid, especially. That's the best part. You don't have to do nothing but live and hope that you get a good parent, somebody that love you, and show you the right way to live. Right? So some is unfortunate they didn't get that at the start. It may seem unfortunate, but if you got through it, then I would say you had the best part. For your life is preparing you to be stronger for something. If you got through something, did it change your spirit? People pay attention to the things that life gonna bring you. If it changed your spirit to make you more mean and evil, you're not healed and you're not well. You need to get back on the other side and release that. Understand where it's coming from. If it's you, then fix you. Find out what makes you angry. Why or are you jealous, and what are you jealous about? What makes you feel that way? Why do you feel like you don't have, or that somebody has less or more than you? Why do you feel like you need to have something or something to be taken away? When you answer those questions, you will find a lot about yourself. I did those things. So if somebody said, you went to the psychiatrist, yes, I went to the Most High. I did everything with that one. When you learn to sit with yourself and you say, Lord, teach me why we feel certain ways. You have to sit down and analyze yourself. I analyze. I like to critique and understand why I can understand many minds at one time if I'm thinking how we think in this way. This world made us think a lot of things and confused us, made us think that we are free thinkers. I'm a free thinker. No, you're not free until you until you heal yourself. And you're not angry with anybody. You don't want nothing from nobody. You don't need anything that somebody else got, except something that could give you joy or to give you strength that you can use for yourself. Not taken from someone. See the strength in somebody else so you can see it in you and say, wow, I can be my own strength. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Find something that you love, that God made something special about you. If everybody's a planter, okay, that's fine. Everybody can teach somebody how to plant. Be the seed that you want to see grow. Start with yourself. If the world is a certain way and we don't like something, whatever it is, why won't a person, if we thinking, what can I do? I can be the difference that I want to see in the world. If you know that the world is hurting, most of us are, even though we smile. Yes, did I endure a lot of hurt? So why can I still smile? Because that is the part where most people lose faith, because they don't see or lose hope when we don't have that, because life beat us down and it make you want to frown and feel lonely and feel broken because things has been taken away. People, things, money, items. Where did everything go? I had everything. I had family. I had this. And now I'm all alone. That was my best part. So, I mean, that's a joy to my heart. Am I going to be all alone forever? Do I want to be like that? No, but I enjoy my alone space time, because those are the times that whenever you sit into yourself and you getting stronger because of the positions of life placed you in, you should find something spectacular. I watched God put me in situations where I had to make life decisions. When you have to make life decisions over someone else's life, for anybody and everybody that ever have to do it, doctors, anybody that have to do that with your parent, and you have to be the caretaker, and you have anybody hands in your life, and you walk in a certain way, or you just see yourself being in positions at a job, and you have to make some calls, and you're the only one, and you got multiple people to watch. I did that in the home as watching, having experience of working with adults that they call mentally challenged, or, mentally impaired. There was nothing impaired about them except that they was different. They still knew how to communicate, even the ones that didn't talk. They knew every word you said and they understood everything. That is a functional mind to a degree. And then they get people to come study them every once in a while, social workers, case workers, they got different ones that test you on different things to see how well they're developing as you on your job. These are the things they teach you. Listen, when you have an experience about life and you have to be around people, and you have to have a job that tell you, especially home health aides, and people that work in the medical field, people that work in as a security guard, police officer, any type of lookout type of job. Those are lookouts. You got to be a seer. Why? They're going to tell you to be observant so you can detect, deter, and report. So when you are that, now people do that for their job. and they get after they finish their job, they lose all of their efforts to use all of that in real life. Why? Is life hard because the jobs that we use or that we have, you don't use them wisely so you can live life. Wherever your job description is, use that in real life. The tech can we okay. How many of us watch each other as well as we watch ourselves, but watch each other? We should be able to notice when something is different. These are for people that this is how you can tell if you're a person that pay attention or not. This is not to put anybody down, but this is how well you can see how well you are a person that is observant. Now you got very meticulous people that's very strategic and they watch certain details. They pay attention to every curve and tone and every mission. How you choose to use your intellect and your knowledge determines what part you play in this life. It tells what side you want to be on. You can live it right. You can live into a wild side. Listen, I'm not saying like I'm a goody girl. I don't like to do nothing. Yes, I like to take risks. I do a lot of things, but I like to have fun in a fun way where it's fun. It's spontaneous, and you don't have to be scripted, but it's safe. Listen, do you mind to go out your comfort zone? Yes, I think most of us would, especially when we in a zone where we could be where it's safe. You know what safe is? Not just safe on the ground where you can't fall from nothing. Safe around whatever people you're around, the environment that you go in, the people, the crowds. Is it safe? Is the mind safe? Is the atmosphere? Do it have anything that's going to be talked about or music being played that's going to be soul music, something joyful where everybody is grooving? It's peaceful. It's a celebration. It's life. It's happy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I call safe. You need a safe mind, a safe haven to go to. After you come from the storm, this is for everybody. This is how divine feminine and divine masculine, divine feminines and divine masculines are developed. The ones that go through this life, when we do, is how you maintain your spirit, how you center yourself and maintain an even caliber about you, no matter what life is thrown at you. That is hard, difficult, when you don't know that that is the process and that is the thing to do. And especially if you don't have no one to teach it to you. You can pray. You can get taught how to pray and how to talk to God, but it's a different thing. Nobody can't tell you what life is going to do to you. It's going to come this way. It's going to do these things, and you're going to feel this way. Most of the times, they can't tell us. They could just say certain things is going to come in life. You're going to go up a hill, and it's going to feel like you never going to get off, and you're just walking, and it's so far, and you got to keep going. And then when you get there, then it goes straight. And then you get to stay, you get to take a break. And then when you get there, it's going to be another avenue where you got to turn left. And then you're going to see a fight. It's going to be all kinds of things breaking out, but you won't be all right. Just pray, right? I'm just saying, life is not prepared like that. It is what it is, but to embrace it, the best thing you can do for yourself is to live in the safest way to where you can be in control of yourself. So no matter where you go, people know about you. Why? Because you learned about yourself. Is certain things in this life you don't want to do and you don't want to be known for. Some people knows that about them. I happen to learn some things that I didn't know, but as I got closer to my 20s, I knew which way I didn't want to go. Do that mean I was perfect and I did everything right and I didn't do some things wild or crazy? Yes, and I had fun doing them. You know why? Because those are the things when I was young. That's when you young minded. That's when you're supposed to get it out your system. Not as you get into your 20s and you got a child. I was 16 and I had my first. It was a wonderful thing that I became a mom and was dedicated to that. I didn't need to be perfect. I wanted to learn how to be a mom. I knew my mother was there. She had 5 of us, but nobody was better to teach me and to grace me than the Most High. Do you understand? That means this being is connected to knowing and wanting to learn how to live to please the Most High. How do I live? What do I need to do? You need to trust me as I trust you. Now, when the Lord said, love yourself, love me with all your heart and soul, see me as you, that is what that means. Because you cannot love him with all your heart and soul if you can't love yourself. How else is the Most High going to use you? How can you represent you come from him? What spirit are you using to say, I came from that one? You don't need to look like a miracle. People, you got to look a certain way. Well, you look like you talk. Do you see the person's spirit? Are you listening to hear? If someone is talking to you, God uses us to talk to each other. This is, well, to talk to each other for him, because that's the one that tell us, I'm watching you. I saw you when I heard you crying. I saw you when you was alone and you was laying down and you thought no one, you thought you was all alone. You thought no one was around. I heard you. Listen, the Lord hears. So yes, do the Lord hears if I cry? Do he hear us? Yes. How can he not? Your spirit has got to be connected to the all-knowing, which is connected to the all-knowing. What is the all-knowing? Universe. What's in the universe? Beings. And they have other places where they live. Now, you have them all over. Are we the same? Yes. Because people say, I'm not no alien. Well, a lot of us are strange. So what do they call alien? Strange. They look strange. They sound different. So I will be considered whatever people get considered to be strange because they're different. Because you don't march the same. You don't speak the same. You don't care about the same things that most people care about. Or it's not even caring about. It's just that you have a different perspective about life. That's what it is. It's not caring. It's because you need to care to know the difference. So I decided to care, to know the difference, so I can learn when to care not. When should we not care? I'm going to tell you. When it don't have nothing to do to serve you in the greatest part of your life. It's not a lot of things. It's one or two. If you went to school, they told us to use the lowest common denominator. Use that in our life, you'll get through a lot of things. You either positive or you negative. If you positive, are you positive more than negative or negative more than positive? Find your balance so you be centered. So you know if you're paying attention to life, nothing is a positive. It will always turn to be, nothing is a negative is what I'm saying. It will always turn to be a positive. That's just the way I see it. I don't see anything, no matter who does what, how they do it, why we do it, and who we doing it to, and why is it wrong. It's wrong for the person, for anybody to do anything to anyone for an egregious purpose. If your purpose in this life is to drive others out so we can have, or so we can be part of the system that say, look, if you want to get in, you got protection. You can do everything strange for change, and we'll protect you. You see, it's a lying world. It lies. Look at it. I'll protect you from doing all the things wrong. You can vote. You can do all these things. Guess what? Yeah, we got to stop paying attention to half of the stuff is all I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to tell you, it is a loophole to keep us trapped because they don't want us to rise and see another world, another life that we can live. And it don't have nothing to do with them. Why? Because they made it up. If I'm going to say it again and then think about what I'm saying. I came to steal, to lie, and deceive the whole world. Where is this God at that's around this world that he didn't deceive? In every nation, America first. They use this place and use us as slave driven people for this country to thrive on, for people that work and take their kids to school and, normal functional things that is not a disturbance in the world or a disturbance along the line causing people havoc. Family, friends, they're just not running around causing problems everywhere they go. We are those, even if you do get into fights and you're in a gang or whatever the case is, you're not the problem that started. You are part of the problem. You're not the problem starter, but you are part of the problem if you don't see why you should change. If you're doing the same thing that the people that you said hate you, what spirit did you pick up, and who did you call your teacher? If people did use churches, I'm not saying everybody. What I am saying is, most of them don't got the right teaching. So, I mean, a lot of it, yes, we've been told wrong information. Why? Because it don't tell you how to use yourself to trust in the process of your own life, so you can see the twists and the turns. How many times did you wrong your rights? I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. How many times you made your wrongs into your rights? If you don't see why you should flip it, then you miss the whole point of why we are here. We are here to make a difference. Touch one, teach one, love one, so somebody else can pick somebody else's spirit up. If I have and you have, why won't you want me to have? If I love you and I'm saying, let's be friends, or even if friends is earned, first of all. But if you usually people is cordial, they friendly or just polite. It's just being polite. Hi, good morning. Do you need to know someone to say good morning? Do you need to know someone to say good night? Do you have to say be in love with someone to say I love you? Do you need to know someone to say that? Well, I don't want to say that to anyone. Use discernment. It's called detect, deter, and then you report to yourself, to the Most High in yourself, and you say, Most High, I'm kind of confused how I should handle this one. That's whenever we get confused and you come into a brick road and it has something to do with another individual, another human being that did not get to a place where they can control their feelings, and you're dealing with someone that's emotional, you need to consult the Most High. If you're talking to the other one, it's going to tell you, go ahead, try. It's not going to tell you that it's going to be a disaster. It's going to let you do it. Why? Because you didn't use the real one. You used the God of this world, and everybody say that's God. Okay. That one fooled everybody. When I say everybody, including me too. Until you wake up and realize, I can't listen to this world. Listen, that's how I felt. This is my true feelings. It's telling me to go the wrong way and telling me to go against my God-given self. It's telling me to make that life is supposed to be hard and you got to pay for everything and you're supposed to slave for everything and you can never own anything. Like, sounds, nah, something is wrong. My Lord never told me. He would never do that. He would never charge us anything because we can't pay him back. What cash and what car are you going to give the Lord? Lord, I want to give you a gift. It never told us that. Jesus walked around preaching the gospel of life, how to live with a heart. Be mindful of what you're doing, how you're doing, and why you're doing it. As long as you keep those principles, you should go the right way. If you're going any other way and you're doing the same thing, but in the wrong way to get where you want to go, and you need to hurt or cripple or cheat or lie to someone, you are walking a thin road. That demon is waiting, and it's a spirit that's waiting for people like us, like those type. They waiting. They need somebody that's arrogant, that's full of themselves, a God puffed up spirit. This is to anyone, if you listen then it's for you to hear it. Anybody that has an ego, I remember, you know who I am? You know who you messing with? You know who you talking to? You talking to me like that? All right, I'm about to show you something. You don't know where I come from. I'm from the fort. We use those things. Pay attention. I remember that about me. I'm so thankful in this life that you have got to lose ego and pride. Those two things will kill you faster than closing your eyes to go to sleep. I said it. Your ego and pride will make us miss so many things that is good in this life because we don't think that anything is good enough unless we measure it to world standards. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it again. We live in this world. We think of ourselves and we look and we think and critique the things. I may not say it exactly, but I'm saying it. And if we measure what we think is good to the world standards, who are you measuring up to? And who do you call your teacher? I learned, it don't matter what it is and who it is, I'm not going to lose sight of myself because that's the only thing that can get me through this life. And especially if you know that you got something, you don't have to know. I didn't know where I was going. I don't have to know. What I didn't need to know is I had the best one. I had a lot of young experiences in life, as well as family and all those good things. And to me, I had a good childhood that I remember. Now, anything else, I don't quite know. But what I do remember, it was decent. I did some, it wasn't always, what you would say, I was hard-headed. You know what hard-headed is? I wasn't bad. I wasn't like a bad child. I didn't think about doing things to make people upset, except for my words. So I had a way with talking a certain way, and it can get under people's skin. My sister, sometimes my mom, and I can be quite annoying. But I wasn't hurtful, not in vain, not to think about really like want to crush somebody's spirit. Even if somebody crushed mine, listen, the power of that is the same intense that I wanted to have because someone, I wanted to be for me, not thinking about what it's going to look like to other people or what other people think. I wanted to know what it is about this world, and no matter what it gives, is it enough to change me? And if the answer every time was no, then you move on. And whatever happened, I let it go. It stopped. The problem is fixed. I keep going. In the younger part of my life, that's where you don't all the time keep going. But pay attention. It's as I got older. No, you don't. I look and critique. This Bible got me through reading Psalms. When your life is on the line and you can't see people, this is a spiritual event that the Lord is doing. Is changing the atmosphere, and not everybody gets to see, and not everybody gonna feel it. All of my soul tribe, if you can hear me, I hope you feel it. We gonna know because we in tune. God talks to us and let us know things in advance. You know why? Because that's what a good parent would do. It's that simple. The other one will let you do it. It ain't gonna tell you, nah, don't. That's wrong. Usually, no, they need you to be wrong because these are the ones. We the ones that need to be disciplined because we disobedient. right? That means that we don't listen. Know who we don't listen to? Your goddamn self. If anybody sold, this is what it is to sell your soul for people that we really want to know. It is to change the use, to sell your natural, I'm going to say it. I just want to think about how to say it correctly as the Lord let me say it. Okay. When that happens in any form or fashion, it doesn't have to do with just money. It's the actions that we take that goes against all moral principle. Once we get to a place in this life as beings and we get across the mark, now you're far away from being centered. You're going towards the negative mark. That means you going down to the rabbit hole. Anytime you're doing something to go against your morals, and it's a continual thing, man or woman, whether we know it or not, these are generational curses that's been placed in our families, and we think we're born that way. Oh, I was always liking boys, or I always wore my mama's shoes, or I always wore my dad's sneakers, and I always played with my dad hats, and as a little girl, I always put on my dad's boots, and this is not normal. These are generational curses. These are what it looks like when families get to see that when you got so much those things happening, those are curses. It doesn't matter why or who feels some way. I'm gonna tell you, that is what it is. When we change our use, some of us didn't have to do nothing. Is embedded in the family line, so you catch that, and then we see it, and then the world said, "Yep, it's okay. Everybody could come out gay and lesbians, and we call ourselves alphabets, and we make parades and put rainbows and mark God in our own way." And everybody joined in. Didn't even think about that it was cursing God, because God didn't. That's not why He made that rainbow. He didn't do that. And this is not just about being same sex. Heterosexual doesn't mean because you're heterosexual that we get a privilege. You to mix and do multiple partners and say, well, I can have threesomes, or me and my husband, or you doing strange things that disrupt and pull on the body and do some things to stretch it out or whatever it is. What I'm saying is, when we don't properly care, I had a wonderful man to come in my life. I understand it didn't have to be perfect, but he was the perfect one to bring me to me. And I had enough love to show, in spite of, no matter what I went through, no matter how difficult it was, did you have enough love? Did you have enough patience? Did you exercise all the things that you're supposed to do, whether you knew it or not? I did. And I didn't do it knowing all the way, knowingly. I just knew that I knew something about the Lord. When you're thinking about a friend, and you're thinking about somebody being there, or you call and they answer, just because you call them, just because you want them there, just because you just want them to care just as much as you care, just to show me a little. Show me the same as you. Show me the same as I show you. Why can't you be even with me? Most people want somebody fair. Am I wrong? We want somebody fair. Why can't you be fair to me? If I didn't hurt you, why would you hurt me? That's a fair question for anybody to ask. That is not somebody's flaws. That's not somebody's ways. Well, you got this way. Well, remember you said these words. I'm saying in general. This is a collective. This is not personal. But people, if that feels personal, then personally, I'm talking to you. If you feel that it's personal and it hits home, then I hope it do enough to want us to see something different. That what is it in this life or about anything that can be more than ourselves, that I will forget to show myself love, that I would hate anything? That means I hate myself and I don't like what I am and I don't like what I got or what I become. To and somebody else got something that I had, but I didn't know how to use it. So now I hate on the person else that used and found out something about themselves that they learned that from being whacked, they can be better than that. I use that. I think about making myself. That's my challenge. If anybody thinking about what's the competition, me. I'm my own competition. I don't think about competing against people because life is a competition in itself, and people got to be mindful to be respectful of that. People's journey in life is not all the time peaches and cream and honeybees and all kinds of things that you want to call to consider to be nicely. And just because they got out of it and they look like they didn't go through nothing, that doesn't mean they came from something. Something made them more refined from coming through it. It means they held on, even though things seemed like the storm was never going to end. It means somebody had to have enough faith. Somebody had to care a little more than what was given that hurt them even more, or something that left us dismayed. Even though we confuse ourselves, sometimes we put ourselves in some things. I did that. So what I'm saying is, do you remember that people told you some good things? And you remember to go back in time, go back in your own timeline, go back and refresh your mind that people planted some good seeds. God was there. Go back and see where God was at so you can replant those seeds of goodness. Somebody encouraged you to do something, to be something. Somebody saw something in you. Somebody took you somewhere. Somebody helped you. Remember those things. Let that be what guided you. That's God in every form. He never left us. He said, where's God at? He's everywhere. And everywhere is God is at. Just everywhere you at. Where can you be if the Lord is not there? What Lord do you serve? You talking to this world. That's why we're looking for more things. If you get a shirt, you need another shirt. If you get a house, you want another house. If you got a woman, you need another woman. If you got a man, you need 10 men. And then these people get together and then they make covenants or whatever it is in this world that these things, these entities make up. What I'm saying is, this is what it is. This is why they make games and things like that so we could be entertained. Do you want to be entertained? And everybody like, yay! You want to see the ball drop? See the colors and the lights? We want to go see the lights, boys and girls. And you see the people coming from, they touring, they coming around the city, they sitting on the bus and they happy and looking around at the people like they ain't never seen people before. And they just looking around because it's New York City and it's just a different format going on. And it's like, wow, it's a sight to see. Why so much hurt and tragedy and disrupting, stealing, lying, our government spying on everything. Nothing is safe. Nothing. When I say nothing, not even your medical. Nothing is safe in your bank. Nothing. You talk to someone, somebody else, every time you call, somebody else is looking into something in your account. So nothing is safe is what I'm saying. Nothing is safe until you make it safe. Whatever we consider to be safe, to take the safest route to make us safe, whatever that is, find the safest way. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you to find a safe way, whatever that way is, safe for you. Whatever makes sense that keep you safe or whatever your decision is, make your decision safe for you. Simple. Life is not hard. We make it hard because we think about the things of people mindsets and how people going to feel. Forget about what they feel. If they're not helping you, then it's almost being like taking your own self to jail. And you're just sitting there because you got locked up with somebody that you shouldn't have been with. And people, listen, this life is about growing up and letting go. You cannot find yourself until you be to yourself so you can rediscover yourself and give the other person time to grow. Is it going to be hard, especially when we leaving loved ones and things behind? I'm talking to the ones that's having a tough time understanding the transformation of coming into being a chosen, or just is because we went through the most and went through the hardest, and we didn't let this world change us. And if it did, we fought back to come back to God because God said, wherever you lost, I'm standing right wherever you at. When you come back in your righteous mind and you want to get back in your righteous spirit, I'm right here. I'll listen to you. I'll beat for you. If you listen so you can hear it. Now, that's how the Lord talks to us. If you don't hear it, then you got to learn how to feel. If you can't feel, then your mind is is calcified and you don't have good intuition, it just allow us to have a mindset of only looking with blinders. You can't see left or right because it said, don't listen to people if they tell you that they're another God and God called them and they said, I am him. If many come in my name and say, I'm the Christ that God sent, I'm here for the world, don't listen to any other doctrine. That is what this God of this world said. And it fooled us all. It didn't fool me. I wasn't fooled. I always knew. No, nobody always knew nothing. Because we all was tricked. Because they took all the books and all the real stuff that had all our knowledge and fruits in it, put it in the Vatican over there with the popes, and they come out, I'm going to kiss my hand, I'm going to kiss my ring. And, oh, Pope John the Third. Pope John. I'm not making fun at you. I'm saying what it is. I'm just, listen. It's funny because if y'all thought it was funny to make this world and trick us. So I'm saying, y'all made fun at us, and it's time for us to it's not making fun back only. It's sad because it's like, damn, when these people gonna wake up? We keep putting it in their face and they ain't doing nothing. They ain't waking up. They ain't fighting back. If your government makes a fool out of us as a people, and you can never own nothing, but you gotta keep paying for everything, and you got rent. You're not renting to own. Why? Because you live in an apartment building, or you got some type of townhouse or whatever that's on a block of brownstone. Whatever it is, you got to keep paying for it. And if you own something, and you said you own it, and you own a house, I didn't go to get a law degree and all these things, but I understood that this law is for them, and it's bullcrap. It has nothing to do why God said that is them. If they going against you, this is how we feel about each other. If we're not getting respect, do we keep respecting the disrespect, or do we walk away from it? Or when do you challenge something that's disrespectful? Now, some people want to do it on a smaller scale, so they we choose to argue with each other. No, I don't have time for that. That's stupid. We'll never get nowhere. I'm arguing with you because we did that. We all have all kinds of talks and communications about politics in every kind of way and fashion and form. Who's the president? This one, Trump is this, and he's that, and he's racist, and what is it? Listen, I don't get into that either way. I respect somebody that's in a position that got to make a decision, and the decision is God already said it. It's not, people pay attention. If this country was built on our backs and we consider to be the employees to the state, to this country, you got to get your birth certificate, you got to have your social security card, you got to have your non-driver's license or driver's license, you got to have a passport. Listen, you just need a whole lot of shit, right? Now, to say, I'm here, I live here, I was born here, right? Why don't we get top privilege? Why? Why not? Why? The people that come across the boat didn't have to do nothing. They didn't have to go take their kid when they got 14 or whatever. The first age you was able to work is 14. I did. Your parents take you during after school is out, and you can work for the summer. When you hit 14, you get the green card or blue card, whatever kind of card it is, and you sign your child up, and they have a wonderful experience, and you even got to do it, going to camp. I'm not saying it wasn't wonderful times. You could still make the best out of whatever it is that they put out, is what I'm saying. Find a better way to do the same thing that they're talking about and do it another way. It's called belief and faith. God said, I can get you wherever you want to go. I can get you whatever you need. Do you trust me to do it? Or do you get to a place where most people use money and they use that as a way to go and do things? Because money, you got to be able to buy things. You got to be able to afford. Yes, but what expense are you willing to do that, to sacrifice yourself for? If you can do it honestly, then by all means. If it's something that goes against your integrity or morals, and you got to find a back door to backhand or backslide under the table, suck something, lick something, and do something strange for some change, you already sold your soul. It doesn't matter if you're in a ritual or not. That's a ritual enough to go against your own moral principle, against someone that we shouldn't go against, or to cut someone that shouldn't be cut, someone that didn't deserve it. Why do we think that these things and these principles in this realm is not going to affect us? Yes, if there's somebody bad enough, Satan is bad on this earth, it is, and he got his minions. His minions is smart too. They're very educated and simple at the same time because they always do some shit that's fantastic and marvelous. They know how to put it together and they get the best scholars around the world. They wear their glasses. I wish I had my glasses. But in case, they get the best minds and they call them intelligence. The CIA, FBI, all the ones that all of them lie and crooked and then paid for the bad guys to get out or to get over. And in this world, we looking not what they actually was doing behind the scenes and how they set us up for something that looks gorgeous as green. Oh, I can have all the green I want. I can see all the goodness I want. Sin City. Come one, come all, children too. I got candy for you. Come on, boys and girls. If you don't see how this world use Christmas or all the holidays and mind traps and we, oh, I need something to do. Everything to distract us from the God that was already in us. I'm not saying to not to enjoy it. Enjoy with an open mind is what I'm saying. See this world for what it is, so that way when you're doing something, you're playing with your kids, you're not playing with a closed mind that it's just fun and you still sleep. Wake up. So when you're doing it with your eyes openly. You see that this is a prison, and then you will understand why it's not safe to live the way how they telling us to live and keep paying for things that don't make sense. How can you see a change if you don't want to be the change to make a difference? I don't know. Which way do I go? Start on the first. Everybody find something in the first. If you want to make a statement, how do you make a statement and how do you formulate something if you don't trust yourself to say, well, how can I be a difference? Nothing in history gets written until it's an action that happened. God said, I can do all things for those that believe. Have faith of a small inch of a mustard seed. You just need a little bit. Just a little bit, people. We just need a little. Just need a little. A little bit of enough to care about yourself. To say, the Lord cared about me. Now think about it. All powerful. The greatest weapon that ever been created in the whole universe from the beginning of time to no ending of time, and it's the Creator. It knows all things light years away before I created the foundations of the world. He knew us, who we was going to be, who he was going to use to represent him, and who he wasn't, who was going to be on his team, who was going to be made an example, and who was going to be the one that set some of us free. See, almost a little tongue tied. Didn't even want me to get that out, but I did. Who's going to be the ones that set some of us free? So we had a lot of trendsetters. And they said, well, they came and gone. Why did they go? Who forgot them? If their spirit was to fight, why did we lose hope? Because someone is not here. You see what happened? Our heart chakra was low. And I seen that in the world. And I'm listening to, watching, and, hearing us overall, whether I know you or whether I don't, watching the news, just taking account of around the globe. What is the conversation? We all was right. Yes, we are the beginnings of the earth. We match. You know how we match? Look at the dirt. There's no other color. I never seen it. Somebody let me know. If you saw another color, then I know the sand could be red. It could be multiple colors. But the dirt of the earth, I never saw a different other type of color is what I'm saying. Somebody seen green dirt? Somebody ever seen purple dirt? In the earth. Multiple colors. I just know that melanated goes with the earth. Whatever the earth resembles, whatever we do, whatever we resemble, we are naturally made from the earth. You're made from the environment that you're born in. That is what it is. Now, our spirits is not from here. Why? Because where did Jesus come from? How can we be in his image and not be the same? He came through a birth canal. He came from the heavens to be born through a vagina, right? Okay, like all of us. That means boys, females, everybody came out, male and female. Listen to the order. If nobody paid attention and didn't listen or didn't catch it, that was it. We were supposed to watch. That is, I gotta say, yes, man and woman comes out of a woman. It's not from the ribs. It's not no other way. It is just that. It's the woman gives birth, give life to both. Now, women that give life, to understand that, mothers that give life, remember why we give life. Those that don't and they just have babies or they screwing around, messing their bodies up and just taking the babies in, taking them out, doing all kind of I'm talking about when we understand. It's okay if we have a misunderstanding of why we should not wreck ourselves, so we can get an understanding as women, to understand the purpose of why the Most High made us that way. It's not just for sex and to freak off because it feels good. Yes, he made us deliciously made for one another. Now, it doesn't matter the size or whatever. Somebody finds somebody for something. Okay, somebody can learn to figure some things out. That's when the Most High do it. It's not that. You should trust the fact that the Lord is going to sustain you to be happy in your life. Now, he know that if you're a sexual being, he know exactly who to put in your life. He know who to mix us with. He know who's being fixed and worked out for a type of person or a type of spirit or energy of you. He got it crafted perfect. You got to pay attention. You got to listen to yourself. You got to want to pay attention. If you lose yourself, then you lost your mission. Your mission is to focus on you, no matter what this world is talking about, no matter who's doing what, how it happened, who happened. If you still happening, that means you still got to focus on you. You can't worry about everything else, because if you fall apart, who is going to put you back together? That was me. So I didn't have nobody that if I needed to take a break or think about. So you wonder why people like, what made this person? Life. And I chose to take it a day at a time as it comes. Life is going to tell you what to do. You don't need to run and find out everything. Let me see what's going to happen. I did not. I just relied on one. So maybe it's different for me than for others. I don't know. I think if you rely on that one and tell you some things, and when you get to see some things out of this world, and you have a different experience, whether your vision or your experience of traveling in different places outside. I didn't worry about, some people use their actual projection to go and spy on other people in their home and want to see what they doing, what they not doing, who they sexing, who they with, who they not with, what they eating, what they drinking. Let me put some poison in some, whatever. I'm just saying, you got people that know how to use things for the wrong reason and to spy or to do something. I cared about using my mind outside and seeing other things than watching people. People was never my thing, because I'm listening. It's things that need to be fixed. It's things that people need to know. It's spirits that need to be uplifted. It's love that needs to be reminded. It's hearts that need to grow. So, no, I don't think about looking or putting people down. Life is hard as it is. Why would we want to make life harder? Don't you think we should stop paying for something so we can have more money and save, so we can actually see the environment that we want to live in and actually put in to our neighborhood because we got money to do it? And we're paying bills and credit cards and all kinds of stuff every once a month. But if I do that, I'm going to get put out. They're going to send us to court. They're going to send everybody to court. No, they can't. It will be a universal or a city type of statement. These people ain't letting up. They ain't doing. No, we finished. If you keep raising the prices and you keep doing us harm, when as a people do we think we should say, this is not like eating Lucky Charms. This is these tricks. These not only playing tricks on kids, they're playing tricks on us adults. When do you think that we should stop thinking and talking and be like, oh, I gotta get a LLC. You can get more money. I believe that you can. I'm not going to tell nobody not to stop what they feel that they need to do. Only thing I'm saying, take the Most High with you. If it's something that you need to do, let the Spirit in, let it lead you. It is better that way because it will sustain, even if it's slow. I'd rather to be at the bottom because I want to do things the slow way from the beginning by scratch. I wanted to see what life was going to make of me. If that challenge of vigor wasn't there from my beginning, I would have been a different person. But because I do like a challenge, I want to see what I'm made of. I want to see, what's going to happen if I'm going to break down. And listen, this world can tell you a lot of things when you sure of what you are here, what's your purpose, or what's your drive, or what gets your adrenaline up. You need yourself. You need situations, circumstance, people, life, doing the Lord's business. I'm certain that it's going to be things to stop us. Even the ones that's not about God business, they get distracted too, but that's not a big deal. They don't care about them. They got them anyway. I don't need them. They're already ours. No big deal. The ones that's a big deal is the one that got the strongest drive, the one that got the strongest heart, the one that don't give up, the one that don't bend and fall apart because life is not fair or because something is happening. Man, when I got past of understanding, this is when I didn't understand. This is where we all don't understand why life feels so hard and why I could feel like the wind been knocked out of us and why we feel like we want to give up and lose hope and say, God, why are you doing this? Why would you put me into this? Why would you do this to me? Well, why don't you think about who you are? Think about your mindset. Think about your spirit and the people you're around. Think about your own energy, where you're giving time to things you like, things you care about. Is it something that's going to sustain you? Is it something that is naturally about you? People, find something that makes something natural about you so you can be your own natural self. We all need someone to see us in our flaws and all our brokenness. When you come broken to someone that's able, I'm not going to say it's for everybody, but everybody's challenge is not the same. Everybody don't have to go through the same thing because they're not made. Everybody's don't is not made for everything or for the same thing. I'm saying we all have our own parts, is what I'm saying. Okay. We all doing something for the ones that for all the ones that know you should have a purpose, you should have a drive. You should think about if the Lord is with you, the Most High, the Creator, okay, not the God of this world. The Creator is for a love of all, for more than many, not just your family and your kids and your nieces and your personal. Your spirit is for more than just yourself. You love more than just your own. You love others as you love yourself. So whether you putting yourself or we volunteering or we just helping just because we care to lend somebody a ear or just to sit down and talk to someone or to share something with someone, to uplift someone, somebody, life has changed. If you can be one of those people that leaves an impression on people's lives, then you are that thing that God has made to be a life change. Anybody that comes in our life and that person, whoever that is, makes the biggest impact and the greatest. When I say great, I'm not talking about anything, your greatest works, your greatest, your greatest thing to inspire yourself in yourself that made you want to be better than yourself, that gave you something, that gave you a push, something that made you care about something, something made you look at something differently. When you find your own beauty, it's not about being beautiful what other people consider to be beauty, or they want to critique everything about you or look at every mark and stone in your face when you got your pictures. They blow it up and make fun or critique or whatever it is, because this world, it could be very cruel. Who should you be cool and nice and calm and peaceful with? If the world is like that, people is going to be mean because they don't know you, they don't care. I don't know you, I ain't got to be nice to you, you ain't got to be nice to me, you ain't got to, I ain't got to. We should not do that. We should, the ones that don't leave, those are the ones, so you can see the separation. Those are the ones of the world that's trapped in a mental capacity where they cannot go past the third floor. That is the third dimension of this world. It don't go higher than that. You have to go higher than that. You have to say, I can be the difference in this world that I want to make. Why? Because Michael told us, look at yourself in the mirror. Be the difference that you want to change. Be that man or woman and make the change. You don't have to solve all the world problems. You need to solve your problems in the world. That world is doing something. If you're putting responsibilities, bills, or whatever you need to put in perspective, do you know what to do as it comes? It's going to tell you. If you move to people don't like to move places if they don't got family or friends there. I will move everywhere far away, and I don't have to know nobody from there. I'm like that. Why? Because there's people got them there. Somebody, as long as I'm going to a place that speak English, because I speak English, okay? And I speak Espanol, poquito, a little, okay? Okay, mama? A little. But what I'm saying is people want to be able to tell you something. Even if you go to a place where they don't speak the same language, somebody still understand how to tell you how to get somewhere. And then they got things and gadgets to help you to translate. They got things to help you to figure it out. What I'm saying is no place you could go that you can't meet nobody and you can't have somebody. You have to be that somebody that's a likable person that likes to meet people. If your energy is that, you can go anywhere and everybody will draw to you, and somebody will tell you how to figure it out. Why? Because that is how life go. If you're walking with the Most High, He's going to lead you. He's going to tell you, if He say leave every goddamn body and leave, don't look back and don't take nothing. If you don't listen to your spirit, because it's going to tell you something, and then send somebody, somebody going to reiterate whatever it is that your spirit said. He's going to confirm it. Pay attention. This is how the Lord works. So if people say, well, I don't know, I never heard it, then you're not in tune, and I don't know what to tell you. You're not on the right track. Once that is how that go. Everybody got an intuition. Everybody get some type of, we all have it. It's going to tell you something. For the people that don't, now listen carefully. For the people that don't have an intuition, or they can't see anything and they can't use their magic skills or whatever, it's because it's been taken away, and God didn't like the way you used them. So you don't have the ability to look or to discern. He took it away from you. Those are those people. So please, so you can see why certain things ain't working. If that happens, and you notice that things is not being done the way it's supposed to, or you notice that certain things ain't happening, you have to know when you're being attacked. I know when I'm being attacked. Listen, you do? How do you know? You should be able to feel when something else is around you, another presence. You should either feel some heat, cold. You should feel something that lets you know that you're not by yourself. Now, who it is, you need to, if you know your discernment and you know the spirit you feel that it is, then that's what it is. And then trust that you know what you're talking about. The world going to tell you, did you take a picture? Do you have any screenshot? You got any proof? God is the only proof you will ever need in this whole goddamn world. Why? Because He's going to make it where you're going to be revealed in the real world. That's how that goes. Whatever the Lord reveals to you in secret, it's a secret. But guess what? If it's something that is revealed about something or anything or a place you're going to or move to, it's going to give something that somebody else is going to confirm. Pay attention. He uses us in magical ways. It comes through music. When we listen to our songs, those that like to listen to music, pay attention to it a little closely. You got messages in it. The Lord is speaking that way. The Most High. I got to make sure. Now, some people not listening to the Most High. They listen to the God of this world, and the God of this world also use music, right? His job is to emulate everything that God do for us naturally. God said, use your mind, use your heart. You said, I can only just use, you mean just those two ingredients? It's two. My good people, it's not a lot. It seems like the world is a whole lot because it's got a lot going on. It's only two things. It's only two. One and two. Either you good or you ain't. Either you can't be in the middle because then, you're unstable in all your ways and God going to just, I don't know you. Who are you? You can't, either you belong to this world or you belong to me. It's simple. If you belong to this world, then you fighting against me. If you send anybody and you know that you God's spirit, and your spirit is to be uplifting and kind and nurturing, all those things that you have, all the attributes that God said that this person should have the ingredient. If you're not sure what woman to pick for fellas, even if you don't read the Bible, read the scripture. Go to I'm gonna get Corinthians. Go to Corinthians 6 and find out about when it says man should leave his woman and leave his wife and be good mothers and fathers, be good to your children, and children be good to your parents. Don't afflict them to make them angry with you. People, be careful how we do in front of our kids because they come back to haunt you. Now, I'm going to tell you, I wasn't always perfect. I argued and did all the things that I'm telling you, that these are the things to not to do. So if I'm telling you, it's not like people saying, well, you act like you never did. I did. That's why I'm telling you it's wrong. When the Lord, after you get past a certain mindset and then you keep climbing, you start maturing, you should see and feel yourself rising. For those that understand, I'm going to tell you how you should feel God. It's a presence in your spirit, in your chest. You should feel something tingling inside. Not, I ain't talking about if you are sickly and something is wrong with you. No, not you. Pay attention. If you feel something tingling, it's almost like it's not strong, but it's a warm, it's a tingling feeling. That is the spirit of the Lord holding our hearts. Okay? That's how you feel the Lord within you. Your chakras is aligned. You are one with your creator. If you don't feel one, then you're not at peace. It shouldn't matter what comes against or whatever it is. I can still find peace without having and think that if something was taken away and if you didn't have nothing, I'm gonna make your life hard. Should you still give up on yourself? Do that mean that you should stop loving and caring for yourself? Do that mean you should stop believing that this situation, because somebody else or not somebody else, but life is, but sometimes people can make your life hard because they give us a hard time instead of listening sometimes, and they just make the process much harder. It is difficult when you got disobedient, hard-headed people, and you telling them, listen, go back into yourself so you can learn how to be a better person, a better spirit, a better energy in this world, so you can understand why God made us differently, so he can showcase us around the world. That is his purpose. That's why he said, I want you to be broken. I want to make you everything so I can get the glory. Yes. Is that a type of God that fight for his ones? How come we don't stand up and fight for him? If that one give us that and do that for us every day, and we say, I'm allowing the Lord, he saved my life, he took me up, took away my pain, brought me into a brand new day. Lord, thank you. I couldn't have did it. I asked the Lord, help. Especially when you have many things at you and it's all at one time and it's on you. Did I break? No, but I cried. Let me tell you something. Everybody don't cry for the same reason. I don't. I don't cry about what somebody did to me because it hurt. It does. It do. I'm supposed to have feelings. I'm supposed to feel emotions and all these things and pain and things so I can identify why people feel that way. What makes a person, these are unhappy beings that did not have anybody to console them or to make them feel that they can be able to talk about whatever it is that's bothering them and protect them and tell them it's okay. What happens when you turn out to be that one and nobody tell you that? But you're the one that tell everybody else that. Well, I'm not going to stop because I know how to love the right people. I'm not going to you don't close yourself down because somebody cheated, somebody hurt you, and they took advantage of your kindness, or they didn't love you right, or whatever it is. And leave those ones, they should have told us. This is how we got to learn. Anytime we get a man or a woman, it's destructive and it's toxic. And you're not toxic. You don't want to do that. You don't find this normal. It's not healthy. It's like, oh, I got to be arguing with you when why are we arguing over what to eat? Why can't we just figure it out and eat in peace? Why can't we just go out, enjoy ourselves? Why can't we just be ourselves? Why is it a problem? Why do we have to have affliction and name calling? Now, when you have all of those experiences, that's when you know those are life lessons to show you. If that's not you, then you got to take out of that, I'm better than that. This person is not ready. They don't deserve somebody like me. And make your peace and get out. If you can make peace. If you can't, just get out. There's no explanation for someone beating down or hurting or hindering your life or your time or patience. Those ones, leave them. God will deal with them very shortly. Mind your business. Now, I said this on another video, but I'm going to say it again. Mind your business. When I say mind your business, some people, when they say that, when I say it, I mean something different. But I'm going to tell you what it sounds like in general when I say that. Mind your goddamn business. Mind your own business, right? Now, they say, oh, she's talking. Who is she talking to like that? She's talking. Yes, I'm talking to everyone. Mind your business. Why you got to mind your business? Because your mind should be your own business. Who else should have control over your mind? Your mind is how you think, is how you conduct or how you see the world and how you do and show up. Your mind have to be your business. If you feel offended, then you missed it. And then you're not in control of your own business. Your business is not something, it should not just be something you own or something you build or something that you should be whatever your build is. So you can be your own business. How you manage yourself, how you conduct yourself, how you handle business, how you show up in the world, how you take care of things, and how things respond and people rely on you. Those things that helps to make us, that's what God looks at. That's what the Most High looks at, the Creator. The Creator that created us to have a difference of a mindset more than just this world that's going to tell you to only have one way and think one way. Don't think spiritual, that's bad. No, Negroes, you're bad. It doesn't matter what color you is. It's not a color thing. It's a mindset, what I'm saying, okay? You're backwards. You're wrong. Whatever something means to you, that is what it means because we give life meaning to whatever it is that we want something to mean. You could care about a pencil or a book. Nobody else care about that. That book may have sentimental value to you. I'm just saying, we get to care about whatever it is that we want to care about. So that means that you have control over your dimensions. You are able to make an an intelligent decision on which way you want to live your life. You get to say what you like in your life. You get to take away what you don't want. You get to change your book. You get to change the colors in the rainbows or whatever it is. You get to draw and you choose whatever colors. I'm not a hider. I'm just me. So you can see in background, some people hide everything. I don't know. how to hide. I just be me. And wherever you see, this is what you see. Some people can't be themselves. They have to hide behind others because they don't like what they see. Is that sad? It is. How come that's sad that people don't like what they see? Because of the things they did in their life that they're not proud of. If you're not proud, this is for everybody and anybody. If we get to a place in life that we have to do some things that we wasn't proud of, and some things we didn't make the right decision, sometimes we could have did a little better. But if you don't have remorse, especially if it comes to a person, now if it comes to things or situations or something you wanted to try, or you took a gamble on something that didn't work out, don't gamble on people's life and then it don't work out and be like, oh damn, I didn't mean to shoot this one, I didn't mean to kill this one, I didn't mean to hurt this one. Or I took a life because they yelled at my mom, or they it got to be levels and principles. Let me say it like this. This is what I think. This is what, not even a think. If a person or a man hurt an innocent child, a baby, abuse a child to where that child can live, that person can't live. Listen again. If a person, I'm talking about for children, if the child is wounded and that child can live a healthy, productive life, and that child is wounded or didn't live, so is that person, man or woman, whoever one did it. They cannot. They cannot. You cannot disrupt the life and then say, well, I'll repent. I'll do better next time. You cannot make an intent decision on purpose. People, listen. If you're doing something with an intent, because maybe you can't control yourself, you got demons telling you, yeah, go do something to this child. The mother's not around, or whatever, what a mother allowed. Listen, whatever it is, this time life is different. You have to do things with a conscience because the Most High is warning us to be more conscientious in Him within yourself so you can listen in a way to go a different way. So the ones when this crap crumbles, because it's saying this world got to go. Pay attention. Why get into a system that's going to crumble and say, I didn't know. You don't have to know everything. You need to know to be on the right side. Do you know when God is talking? Do you know how He's leading? Do you know when to listen? If you don't know when to listen, do you know how to hear His voice? If you can't see His face and say, I don't know what God look like you and me. You got to listen by the Spirit, not just by somebody's voice. Pay attention to the words. Do it add up to something that telling you how to live in a system that's going to be equal to your spirit? If you can't hear that, then you're missing the purpose of your existence. Your existence is to exist in yourself. Mind your own business so your mind can tell you how to focus. It should not tell you any other thing than if it tell you any other thing to go against yourself, which is to hurt another one of yourself. As many as you deceive yourself. Please understand that is how that works. As many as we hurt. This is why the whole world has been deceived. This is why they got to go. You don't see that? As many that Satan went around collecting his undisturbable kids that went around running them up, prestigious and all of them, don't matter how rich they was. We seen how rich they was. Did it stop them from falling? Did we not see the people that it used? The famous actors, this one, that one. It doesn't matter. Obama, Michelle, everybody gets talked about. Everybody that didn't live right. If you fooled anybody and you said you was living the way God said, and it came out to be something that's not, please understand we was fooled. Please wake up so you can stop saying, how come and why not? How come, why not? How come we not getting nowhere? How come this is not happening? How come we don't stick together? You got this system that sticks together, and they got people at the bottom that's in families, friends, cousins, everybody that works for these entities and these little governments, and they do other things that's under the table that has nothing to do with what they come out and say. Did you read your holy Bible? Did you pray? Hey, sister. Hey, girl. Hey, brother. How you doing? How you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? Oh, you need help? Yeah, help a little lady across the street, and you can do a lot of good things, a lot of good deeds. Is your spirit naturally that way all the time? That is what that is. So when people say, do God have many facets and emotions? He gave us everything that we feel, all our emotions, crying, touching, yelling, screaming, fantasy, when we get to our, ecstasy, gave us every feeling that we could ever think of. Yes. Why would he give it to us if he didn't appreciate us and want us to be his best? Why would we keep settling for less? After you get finished with that and letting the world make a fool out of us, telling us and people, family, measuring us through life standards and telling us what you should look like. This is what, if you got to look like this, you should have a flat stomach. You need to have an hourglass shape. If you don't have that, then you're not right. Or that's not my type. I don't like that one. Now you don't miss the best person in your goddamn life because you're looking at something. Listen, that's why I said if the Lord do it, he knows what's attractive to you. He understands what certain things about you. But if he puts someone, it's never about you. It's not about for the other person. It's always going to be you for his good and for the purpose why he used you, because he knew you had something, that you had your own flavor, and I can use you to be and represent me. This is how he talked to all his people, all his kids, all of us. When we have these kids don't belong to us because these are different spirits that come in here, and not all of them is a bond with the mother or father because the spirit just have another feeling about something else they can't probably remember, but it's not a tight bond with the people that where it came from. So if you ever experience that, then that can answer your question. Me and my son or me and my daughter, we don't really get along. What energies are you around, and how did you raise your child, and what experience did you show them? If you show them something that they can live off integrity, the balance or the relationship makes that relationship. I thought about my mom didn't call us. She didn't. I didn't grow up with getting name called like bees and bitches and bastards and things like that. She didn't do that to us. So I didn't do that to mine. But I seen children do that. Well, as I went to school in elementary, and they was younger than me, and I saw I had two young men, two little boys. I think one was about maybe 9, 10. The other one maybe 12 or something. Either way, they cursed their mom out in the street. And I was going to school in the morning, and I'm saying some kids don't respect their parent. Why? I don't know what they saw or what that parent did to make a kid, to both sons, to not respect the mother in the street. No, she was not in the street like a prostitute. I didn't like she wasn't that like you just saw her hanging around. I saw her as a respectable woman. I didn't know her. I just knew her by passing in the neighborhood. What I'm saying is children that don't respect their parents from their youth, a mother or a father. So when you see some things and you get older and you start looking back and say, I wonder what that have to be like. I can't place judgment. All I know, something is misplaced. Something happened. Some boundaries was not in place. That is for certain. Do you have to, for people to think that you got to be in somebody's life to figure some things out? Well, maybe for some, not for everybody. Everybody don't have to do that. You can figure some things just by that. By knowing certain things or seeing certain things, are you able to use your assessment and discernment to do a ramification of things that happen in life and use it as a collage and put your own puzzles and pieces together and figure out why people do certain things? If you don't, that's okay. That's what I do. I think about that so I can be mindful of how I treat people and why I talk to people a certain way, but I don't think about not telling somebody the truth. People think that if you godly and you so soft and you not all the time friendly. I am. That doesn't mean God never told us to be punks, because he can't use us. You can't get no big part. You can't play on his team if you didn't raise your bar to get through these scars in this life and still maintain to have your strength in your spirit and keep yourself right and keep yourself with love, that you don't hate people and you don't think about making somebody feel worse because somebody else made you feel a certain way. You're not thinking about, let me get that person back. I don't think about that. I think about, let me leave these people there and move on. I don't know what to tell them. I can see where they're going by looking in the book. The book is going to tell you God's of this world is first half is this book. This is why these people do these things, and they say in the name of religion they get polynamic or whatever, multiple husband clubs or whatever. They take care of their children and put them in some type of whatever how they do. What I'm saying is, this is what the first half mindset. It has nothing to do with the righteousness of the Most High. And then they tell you to stay away from things that things that help you with prayer, things that help you inside. What's that? That's a what color watermelon is it? That's a yellow. Is it yellow? Anyway, it's an orange watermelon. I didn't taste it yet, but those got the seeds. We try to eat things that God said naturally eat that have seeds in it, that I naturally place seeds in. Now some of these things got seeds in it, but they GMO made or whatever cases. What I'm saying, you have to make sense of yourself, because everything in this world is not going to agree. That's okay. You don't have to agree. But it doesn't make, if someone is telling the truth about, or showing you, or telling you, or able to see some things and telling you that you're traveling down the wrong road, usually those are elders or someone that's experienced. Do you have to be older to have a greater experience to be to know something than more than a young person? No, because if that young person had a greater experience than you had, and they learned some things out of their atrocities, that child has wisdom that you got to listen to. That don't mean that if you, well, I'm older than you, so that means that I know you got to listen. No, it means that you've been here. And if you watch that older person life and you see that they didn't make good decisions and they have more arguments and more just more unpeaceful days in their life, that person can't guide you. They can't tell you nothing if you hanging around the same thing and their mindset is the same. Nobody can tell you to be the wiser. They can't. How? They're on the same mind wave. They don't think that if we all doing something that's not that great, and we know that we're not doing great, and we get okay with not doing great, then expect for life to not to be great. You're going to get out whatever you put in. It's not how much you spend on someone. It's not how much I bought a house or how much products I sold or how much my business made. If your business wasn't made by the Most High, you only made it for this world, and that's it. You'll never get to supersize to go in another advancement, another part of your other self, which is your conscience, God's self, that is healed enough. You could be healed and not be conscious. You have to be healed and conscious of, when the more you raise your frequency of just being in a better mindset, in a better spirit, a better energy, better, just in a better space, it's impossible for you to not to ascend. Your spirit will ascend naturally, because now you're aligning your chakras, you're cleansing yourself, you're healing yourself. Now you need to have dreams also. Your dreams also tell you some things. People that waste time getting back on certain things, I don't have to worry about that. Let the Lord do his business. And I'm get back to how people sell their soul. Not only in one way, it's multiple ways. Now they already put the drugs and alcohol already. Now when you got that, and the guys that hang in, the guys with the studios and whatever that is, right? And a lot of them have women. I'm not picking on nobody, but I gotta tell the truth. And so is also for the women. Okay, you get families, you get children, and you like the same sex, but you don't want the world to know it. Guess what? God said, well, Everybody else came out the closet. You too. That's what that is. So everybody, wrong or right, it doesn't matter. It's not just about same sex either. Everybody that's living wrong. So everything, when I'm saying everything, that's not picking on one wrong thing. That's everything that we think wrong. Everything that we doing wrong is going against them. The way we dress, the way we gyrate in the street, or how we dancing at the party, everything how we care about ourselves is saying, God, I don't care, because we don't know who it is, and we thinking for this world. This world is telling you to sell and don't care about, don't be respectful about yourself. Well, you're not doing nothing wrong. You're having fun. You're enjoying yourself. Come, open the doors. You go into the rooms. You see things you never seen. You meet important people. You're like, oh, I made it in. Who did you make it in with? Because that's God of this world. Most of them, yes, if that's their world and it's called sin, and that's what you see, it looks lovely. You get all the food, and you got people naked everywhere. They doing all kinds of drugs everywhere, and you just like, wow. For the people that have strong sex addiction, that like to see things like that, so now they get to see porn up live, right? That world is for them. They happy, they made it, they feel incredible because they started from the bottom, and it's like, damn, man, I'm here. I get to watch some of these celebrities up close. Now I used to watch them on TV, but now I'm in there. You know how you can start? You ain't even gotta go through the industry. They let you get in at the bottom. They send you mail and stuff like that, and you get certain jobs, and you end up going to places. People, this world told us everything that it's supposed to do to us, confuse us, and lie, and tell us the natural use that we have to abuse it. So that way, when sin is filled, and God said, okay, wrath is wrathing now, everybody is getting your get back, because the universe is circling to make it balance now. If you're not in a balance, it's going to zap everything you ever did to anyone. Everybody, no matter who you did something to, everybody is getting something back. Because if you didn't correct it along the journey when everybody was supposed to rise, the ones that knew that to rise was the chosen one. All his star seeds knew, we paid attention, we can feel and being in, even if we're not speaking to each other, but when we do speak to each other, we understand that God speaks to us the same way Satan speaks to his children. But guess what? He's there to lead y'all, to let y'all go astray. And then he's going to say some things, and you got to say, yes, nah, I ain't going to let you get me this time. You got me a lot of times. I used to do some things. I wasn't always in my right mind. When you get your right mind back, you can talk like this. This means that you've been made over. That's not, I ain't never been. It means that you are fit. You've been already went through, purified. You went through the tortures and the fires and the daggers. You had things that happened to you that nobody should have made, and you shouldn't be here talking about it. Nobody should be listening to you right now. Do you understand what that is? That's a person that have to have a God faith and said, I believe the Lord anyway. He said, I believe you, so I picked you, so you can be able to show that nothing at this world, you should be able to have that much love in you. Not what you have, what you can get. Let me get you, and you get me. And I'll tell you, let me show you what I can do. That means that somebody's listening. I hope I'm inspiring somebody to trust in something in themselves, to reawaken the God in you. Your own spiritual self needs to get back to your own natural self where you're centered. Find the center, so this is how you know you're on the right track. If your life is a little heavy and it feels, and it's just like drama after drama, when you wake up, you may have a few good days, a few good hours, but the rest of your week, the rest of your months, is disaster. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of weight. It's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of everything. You went the wrong way. If you're running into problems in a situation, everybody, you're going the wrong way. You're off track. If you don't mean to be on that side, that's how you know. It's like dirty laundry. It's heavy. It don't feel good. It don't smell good. It's everything. How you know when you get it right is when you wash your laundry, you know when it feels nice and fluffy, the same amount of clothes that was heavy. Magically, after it gets washed, it's much lighter, right? It's light. That's how you know if you're going the right way. Your life should line up to be more peaceful. You should go that way. You got to be that way to make your life that way. Life is not going to be peaceful because you want to be peaceful. You got to be the peace, whatever it is that come after you, that is not peaceful to you. Then you got to learn how to use discernment. Do you know when to fight? Do you know when to sit down? Do you know when to let go and say, God, this is not my round? And he said, good, you did the right thing. You came to me. Let me take care of these clowns. He's going to take care of us if we don't do it ourselves. What we're supposed to do is think about bettering ourselves and telling this government, no, we don't like you to tell us nothing. You've been hurting us, lying to us, making us sick, giving us poison, playing games with us, and doing 1, 2, 3 different types of what they was doing, phases at a time, putting us in programs and shit, lining us up at the stores. We got to stand in the line before you go in the supermarket. Took all the goddamn Lysols out the store, made life very difficult to get some hand sanitizer. Like, what the hell is going on? You can barely get toilet tissue. This is making things just difficult, and it was doing mind games. I'm just saying, people, aren't you tired of being mind fucked? Like, really, like, by a system that we live in, and it's not livable and it's not nice to us. And we just trying to find a way to keep living in it the way it is. It is, it's not healthy, is what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. You have to rebuild a brand new structure. Otherwise, the mindset to try to live in something and then trying to you have to get out of it, is what I'm saying. Your mindset will have to leave so it can guide you to do some other shit that the world is doing, but God, the Most High, is going to do it where it's correctly and it lasts longer. It's called longevity. You know what that is? It's long lasting. It's not there to start and quit. That's what people in this world, that's what relationships are. When they break up, they last, and then they keep breaking up off and on, off and on. That's that worldly shit. That I don't got time for that. That is when your mind is in the world. You need too many different types of girls, too many different types of men. You can't hang with one. The other man is not this. You need another man to help you pay your bills. You're using the other one to lickety split. Then you're using the other one to talk to you. You're using the other one to go shopping for you. When you got to do all of those things, that is worldly. Those men and women. That's why when y'all talk about women, those are them. Those are why you're not the right man either, because you keep going after those same type of women. How you better? You're not better. You have to think better so you can attract the ones that you want, even if you can't attract yourself first. So God, and you talk to the Most High and you tell him, like how I'm talking to you, that's how I talk to him. So everybody be yourself. He already know who we are and why we are. You don't need to sugarcoat. Don't use profound and try to sound educated with grammar and all that. Talk whatever language you know how to talk, and speak from your heart, speak from your spirit. Whether you talk out loud, whether you use it inwardly, either way, it's going to hear you. And then you get spiritual guides. Why people don't think that God got a spiritual team that walks beside you that nobody can see? And then also, not some of them, and then some of them, he put people in your path. These are him that sends his angels that stands around you. These are the ones that will help you to win, not just win and win and better yourself. Okay, that is all what I'm telling you. This is my mission. This is what I'm telling people. Raise your vibration. Trust God that he could give us the same thing that this world is telling us to do, the way they telling us to do it. It is another way. If you trust God, he'll let you do it. He'll do it for you. Yes, I'm not telling you not to go. I'm saying to trust him. So when you go into difficult people, you need certain things to be done, paperwork or whatever it is. You say, Lord, I hope these people don't give me a hard time. Ask the Lord to go for you. Speak. Ask for favor. And be the favor that can be granted. If you're not walking in alignment and you're not doing nothing where God should grant you that favor, it's not going to be granted. I'm telling you that. It's not. Why I know that? Because it happened to me. I kept asking to whatever it was, to be married, or I wanted to, I don't care what it is. Whatever it is that you're asking for and the Lord don't do it and it won't let it happen, that's not him. Okay? So if you asking for something and the Lord knows your needs and knows your wants, and it's something that you asking for, whether it's a man or woman, whether it's a house, car, or boat, whatever it is, and you asking for it and you don't get it, the answer is no. Whoever you're around, and pay attention, if you by yourself and the answer is no, then you need to consult the Lord. If you don't know and you say, why? If you by yourself, you should be able to answer for yourself. What am I doing that I'm not able to get the things that I want? Is your wants and your needs in place? If they backwards, okay, so if our needs is more paid attention to than our wants, Our wants is more than our needs. Excuse me. And we asking the Lord to grant us something, and it's not for a good purpose. It's not a meaningful purpose. It's not something that lines up with His will or purpose for you. And we just asking for things that we want, and it's not prescribed. It's not ordered. Like He didn't sign and deliver, sign, seal, and say, "Okay, I approve." If it's not approved, the answer is no. Now, if you buy with someone and you with people and you want something or certain things and you know that you're good for it and you know that you've been a good being, but you're not getting what you know, you're like, something is not happening. Look around at who you with and who's standing next to you, because that's the reason why God won't bless you. I know it happened. So I'm speaking from experience. So when we speak from experience to our people and we telling you that certain things that we ask for and the Lord say no is no. Don't, and please, people, another thing. Do not ask for God to bring anybody back or to save somebody that is not meant to be here. If He's taking them out, they sick for whatever reason. And it's a final decision and you know it. The ones that know that the person is not meant to be here, they need to rest, they need to get out of that body. That body's no longer good enough for that spirit to house. That spirit needs to go and be free and do whatever it needs to do. Maybe it's meant to come back in another way or not. I don't know. All I know is that if a person is meant to go, do not pray for God to keep them. It's not, don't do that. It's not well. That's saying, God, I want you to turn your will. Don't do it. If it's somebody that's meant to be, and you say, well, I know a lot of us say, well, we're going to pray in God's will if it's meant for them to be here. I'm sorry, listen carefully. For the ones that is not, that means you know they can't be here. They are on their way out, or they did something in their life and you can see that they are about to get out. Do not pray against whatever God. If I get a vision, I see people going, I'm not praying for them to stay. I'm not, because I already seen that's what the Lord said. You got to listen. You got to be respectful to that. That's not something, well, let me keep praying it away. You're going to pray yourself away, because you're praying for something that God said, I am the Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and no end. It ends, everything is me, right? So when we don't get certain things in this life, we need to pay attention. And why? When you walk away, if you find out, if the Lord said to walk away and you find out your life increased, it was the people that you was around. It's simple. Life is not that hard. You can write it down. You don't have to read it as a story. It's just your life. Pay attention. You can read your own life, and you, if you want, you can make it into your own story. You can tell yourself, oh, let me look back over my life. I see my life as a movie. You, your own star. Everybody's a star of their own movie. This is our show. Everybody get to act however you want to act. Be your best actor, but who you acting for? That's the difference. You can act for this world. You can put on the best show for people to like you. I don't care if people don't like me. I want you to listen. So either you're going to see or hear something that can inspire you. If that's not something that somebody will leave behind, with something that someone can take with them and say, you know what, I thought about that. It gave me some way to look at life. Don't take everything so hard. You still have to be the force. If you believe in yourself, are you stronger than whatever it is that's coming at you, to not let it affect you, to forget yourself or to curse the creator that created you. You're supposed to be your own force and saying, I'm not willing to give up. Why? Because this life here, this prison, is a prison. It doesn't want us to get out. If you get out, that means they are mad. That means that you are shouting shit out and they got to tell you to sit down because you're going to blow everybody else out. That is what we're supposed to do in the first place, because you've been blowing us out, dragging us around, putting us on trees, telling us that we nobodies and we got to listen to white curlies and go look at the white man in the picture and tell them that that's Jesus. And we went through that confusing stage, and we went through not liking ourselves because we was too dark. And if you was too dark, you was cursed. You couldn't get good jobs and you felt some type of way. We went through that. I remember that on the, if anybody remember the Richard Bay show, what's her name? What's that white lady? Damn. Ricky Lake. And there's another one with the blonde hair. Anyway, those anyway, those talk shows, they had these things open, and you get these people that when we go through certain things, what's her name, um something Banks, you know her name, that was the top model. Yeah, I don't know why. Tyra Banks, wonderful. But we had went through these stages where color was a factor, because if you was too dark, you didn't make it to be the greatest actor. And if you did, they made fun at you. They want us to be simple and make fun of ourselves. Even comedians come up and do it. They make fun of themselves at the expense of people laughing at their laughter, of their own jokes and their own family, putting our families down just so we could get a good laughter. Why can't we inspire each other to be more smarter and then make fun at the people that try to tell us that we wasn't nothing but make believe and we the real ones? They make the lies the truth and the truth the lie. How? Why would you do that? That means that the people already picked. It's only two. It's only God's people, and then you got the people of this world. When I say that, that's Satan helpers. Satan is not bad. He's the greatest thing that God made to come down here for bad, stupid people that want to do it the fast way. And he said, come on, don't forget that one. Get that child over there. Go get that girl over there. Yeah, she's doing pretty good. Go up to her life. She got a kid. Go over there and mess with them a little bit. I taught you very well, didn't I? They got Satan school that teach them how to be bad and manipulative. Teach them how to rape little children's minds and teach them bull crap and then use the Bible as something great. And you telling them to go off track. No, those demons got to be stopped, man or woman. If you using a church or you got something, and you, even if you walking on your way and you speaking blasphemy, I was here to say, no, I couldn't wait to get to say what I want to say, especially if it's wrong. We have to think about, if you let whatever is going in our mind and it's telling us to live for this world a certain way, you need to have this in mind. You need to have that. You can have all those things. I'm just saying, why don't we put the Most High and sit down and let him speak in our spirit so we can be guided which way to go? That way, it's already the angels there that's already welcoming you. So when you're going through the door, when you need to speak to whoever you need to talk to, they're ready to receive you. Why? Because God already prepared the place for you. You see, you don't have to worry so hard. Even if you're filling out a resume or whatever it is, if you say, Lord, let me guide me to find the best jobs. Now, people want to use the jobs to find the best money. So you want to sell yourself and market yourself for this world, because they're going to come with a certain amount of bracket of numbers. And you say, I want that one because that gives me the most money. I want to go to this school and get this degree because this is going to give me the best job that makes what? The most money. Now, while you worrying about the most money, this prism here only allow you to have a career. Do you understand what I'm saying? It only allows you to have a career. That's the highest thing you could get in this world. That's it. It's a career and a plaque and some degrees and something that goes, you got your name on it, and you can hang it up on your wall and you can look at it and you can take pictures of it, whatever you want to do. You can even make a movie out of it, put a camcorder or whatever you want to do. If you did anything, then who did you do it for? You have to understand that a lot of us don't understand that we serving the God of this world. And we think that's the Most High. It's not. The Most High will not make us do things that make it hard for us. He's going to give us something to test us. And then we got to see if we belong to him or not. He needs to know if he could trust us. So when people think about being a friend and being kind, being loyal, being something, that God is all those things. So if you're not none of those people and your spirit is not that, you are untrustworthy. I don't care who you talking about. If you can't, if a person, listen, people, so we can learn to pay attention to the signs. If you know your spirit's in peace and you know that's all you resonate on, you're not thinking about shooting or anybody down, whether it's your kid's husband or nothing. You dare to be uplifted and to teach or to warn some things. If you know about something, my mother was that. God rest her soul. If she saw something, she was a seer. She didn't even know that she was that, and neither did I. All we know, we just know shit. When you just know things, you don't know why you know, and you don't know all the pronouns and all the profound things to know, to claim, and to know about ourselves. This is why they knew that we didn't know ourselves. They beat us. So if we ever was to ever know who we was, game over. Just like that watermelon my son cut. He cut it up nicely. It's a whole watermelon, he chopped it up. When you open something up, it's open. They got to give up. I see you. You can see me. I can see you clearly. Now the rain is gone. It's going to be a nice, sunshiny day. Mm. I don't know the difference. Tastes good. Only thing I can tell you, love yourself through all adversaries. It doesn't matter what anyone tell you or feel about you. I mean, why? If the Lord is shining on you and is speaking through you, and you got people that argue or see you something different and they can't figure you out, you shouldn't be figured out, because that's the same way with the Lord. We're not meant to be figured. We just meant to be acknowledged and respected. That's it. People just want to be acknowledged and respected. Those are the main things in this life: acknowledged and respected. It's called principles. People will fight over money, their home, and their family. Those are family and the Most High, my peace with God, and that's it. Now, you're going to have a hard time in this life if somebody going to try to break somebody, for anybody that understand that the Most High is their peace. Now, you coming in between and you say, well, I could get that person mad. I could get them angry because they said that's the way. Now, please understand, that means no. Everybody's not that, especially when they ascended past the third floor. Everybody's not stuck on this level. Why? Because we got to see that this world has more and you don't know about it. And some of them ones that do, I'm saying, everybody has a spiritual gift. Everybody has it. And some of us know who we are by nature. Some of us know that we serve the God of this world. They just do. They care more about this world than they do anything else, and they're not worrying about it. They okay. Well, if I gotta go down, then I just go down this way. If I live like this and this happened, I just whatever. I'm just here to get along. I just drink my little beer, smoke my little smoke, and I sip my buddies, and I don't really, I just be cool. And you do that every day. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if you came here to live for nothing important, then making something for yourself better than yourself. Whatever I did, I didn't want my kids to do. Whatever I experienced, if I experienced something and I got past it, I'm not doing it again. Listen, you get past a certain part and you elevate yourself to the point to where nothing that is thrown at you is going to make you lose yourself. Now, because I'm saying that out loud, that means the enemy is listening, and the workers that works for the God of this world is listening. They say, "Oh, I got it. I hope you do," because even if it's being said, God tells us all the time a lot of things, and guess what? Those ones did not pay attention at all. They missed the whole mission. So even if they had the blueprint, they still missed it. If they looking at it, even when they read it, even when they built it, they still didn't pay attention. They built it for the wrong reason and did it for the wrong thing. You did not give respect to where the blueprint came. Wherever that blueprint, whoever made the blueprint, you got to respect where it came from. If the Most High made everything, therein, all the planets, the stars, everything that we walk on Earth, the fishes that we eat, everything that we connected to, the things that we like to enjoy, even the zoo, when we go to the zoo, or whatever it is that we like to do, everything he made so we could see the difference in variety that he made for us. He said, if I made y'all in variety, we all different colors and shapes and sizes, right? Why can't we see the beauty in that and love and respect that and leave it in a way where it's healthy? This is the thing. Everybody could be whatever you want to be, but you should want to be healthily. That means your mindset should be healthy. If you want to have sex, should you have reckless sex? Should you think about sticking everything? Listen, after you, it's not that I never had nothing I couldn't get rid of. And after it came down to that, and you get something in this life, whatever it is. But if you get rid of something, you should. It made me care about myself. Wait a minute. It made me remember why God said I heard it, but once I'm understanding, do we listen? And when He said, "Hold yourself," man and woman should be married. Save yourself. Why He's saying that? It's not just to be a virgin. It's a gang principle. It doesn't matter if you had children out of wedlock, as I did. That's not. Is did we learn to preserve and understand so we can treat ourselves better as we go. It's not judging yourself, putting yourself down. It's thinking more highly of yourself. If you don't think that you should change from being a lower part of yourself, I'm a scum. I like to be in the alleyways, or I like to just do grimy stuff and shiesty set people up and and watch them where they don't know they being watched. I don't care if people watch me. If you're watching now, most people don't watch the right things in the first place. You don't need to be perfect for people to like you. You need to like yourself and be something that God said, I use you to represent me. That's it. This is what He do to us. He represent us so we can represent Him. That's it. You trust that and go with nothing else. I just know that one. That's all I need. That's my trusted friend. That's a friend that will never leave. You know who that got to be? You got to be that same one to you. How would you trust yourself? Why would you lie to yourself? You're not going to be a good friend to you. You're not going to be loyal to yourself. You're going to turn your back on yourself. Would you backstab yourself? If the answer is no to all those questions, why would you do it to someone else and think that it shouldn't happen to you? It's incredible to think the universe don't take note. God is not watching. It's a frequency. So when that energy and that frequency doesn't match as the universe is turning, and you didn't balance it out in time before it's make that circle where it smack the hell out of you, for every wrong turn of hurt that we put on another person, the more you go outside of yourself, the many that you hurt and you didn't close those doors or those chapters, that comes back because you didn't close it. You leaving doors open, so that means your past is able to come back. It don't matter how many years ago. If you think that you could hurt someone or did something and say, well, I did it, I can't take it back, there's nothing I need to do about it. You can be a better person to not to keep doing it. Did you learn why you did it? Did you understand, was it a good purpose of why you did it? And sometimes we do feel it's good. Yeah, I feel justified. If your life wasn't in danger, this is how I use the measurement for me. If nothing is in danger in my life, even in the background, because I learned how to fight that way too. If something is not stopping you from being you, it doesn't matter what they use or what's happening to you. If it doesn't stop you from bettering yourself, yes, sometimes you get beat up, take a whooping, and you got to sit down and re-heal yourself. So after you get healed and you learn some lessons, do you learn some lessons to go back and go fight the person or try to, well, they did this to me, they beat me up, oh, get them, I'm shoot you, I'm gonna kill your whole. Then you got people that threaten your whole family. Now listen, that is Satan himself as this God of this world. He don't give a goddamn. If you don't answer and you ask for a favor to this people in this world that deletes, that control shit, and you work for them and you don't do certain things and you think that they don't call, they got superpowers like the thick as this damn book right here, and they don't got the no certain ingredients to use, and they got it from our ancestors to use on us, and they take that to the leaks. That's why they said, oh, they sold to the devil. Oh, did you hear what happened to little John and them? Little Dirk and or this one? Now, please, don't take it personal, but this is what they say, and this is what it is. So whatever it is that's happening, they got their hands in it, and they make you apologize for shit that you shouldn't be apologizing for. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I ain't mean to say nothing about it. I talk about every goddamn body because none of these people and none of these religions make goddamn sense because none of them tell you to find out where God at. They said the God of Jews is the Satan of synagogue, right? Now, you may look at them, the little curly heads, and say, well, is that them? Well, look at us. They look just like me and you. And it don't matter what color it is. Now you got to go by the spirits now because this is a spiritual time now. Whatever it is that we thought it was, those times are over. It's over. You got to think about if we spiritual beings, and then they went through all the other stuff. They went through the disease and the scare tactics, the anthrax, then AIDS, all kinds of stuff they threw at us, and they told us all kinds of things. The vaccines, and you got to go through 1, 2, 3 phase, and after they got us lining up in size order, then they told us to stay in. You gotta have that we had a curfew, and then you have people not giving a damn about none of their curfews, and you have people that rob all the goddamn stores. Why? Because they said put a mask on. They masked the hell up and masked the hell out. People don't went crazy in all the cities. Why? Because you couldn't see our face, and you gave them. Some people took it as permission to go do what the hell they wanted to do. But my only thing is, I'll tell our people, why would you destroy your own place in your own neighborhood? Why would you take the medications and stuff from the people that live there? Why don't you go somewhere else where people don't care about you and destroy their stuff? Because as soon as it's harder for the moms and pop stores to get rebuilt. And then, or you go into their neighborhoods and you break up the stores and the glass, and half of the cops and everybody was in on it. So guess what? Was it stage? Yes, this world is a goddamn stage. And these are actors. They know how to act as if. They keep acting because they don't know when to stop. So how do you know when to stop acting if you're an actor? You will have to come out of this world sometime to order to get back to your original self and say, yeah, that's not me. That's just a role. But guess what? A lot of these people that play certain roles, especially the dark ones, they have to call on dark spirits to get that type of energy up, to be corrupt or demonic. Even children that play certain parts. And I'm like, who parents is these that let these kids play these parts? And even if it's just playing a part, and say, oh, it's not harmful, because if you see it, it's just magic trick. It's not harmful. Yes, it is. It's conjuring up spirits that is an evil entity that goes into that child. So after the script is over, that child or that person is still goddamn possessed. That's why they got Hollywood, and they call it Hollywood, or whatever the case is. They like the children, Disney World, and when they come to Disneyland, and then they show you that shit is haunted. This is their world. And people say, no, no, the Most High did not make sin, and then going to say it gotta go. You see how it don't make sense? Why would he make something and tear it down? If it's from him, God, the Most High, the Creator, doesn't create anything and tears his own creation down that he made and is sustained, and he's pleased with it. Listen to that part. He's pleased with whatever it is that he made. That means if he made us a certain way and we think a certain way and we understand why we don't hurt each other, because we need to build each other up, because this world is taking our lineage away. They're telling us how to chop each other down and to take away your family line. Indirectly, without you even thinking about it, because you're thinking about money and all the fame you can get. You're not thinking about, if I sign on this line, do that means I'm killing up my family and I'm getting rid of them and I'm drinking their blood or trading their life force as well as mine. Now, once you do that, believe that you became a vampire. Please believe that. The darker you go, these people is different. I can guarantee you, they make noises at night underneath the moon. And it's not normal. It sounds just like an animal, because they transform into their original God creation that they call on. The higher they are, and they darker spiritual realm, that demon comes out. Do it come out at night and come in the daytime and talk nice and sit and talk polite, shake your hand and be the best friend that you ever seen in your whole life for a moment, until it take you down the dark rabbit hole? But it'll do it so nice. You won't even know it. Before you look up and you look around, where is my life? What am I doing here? I don't even know this place. How do I get back? This place is unfamiliar. That's because your soul realized it didn't belong there. You was tricked. You thought you wanted, because they make everything look nice, and it comes with a price. And people thinking that, well, if you get an LLC and you do certain things, people do everything you want to do. I'm just telling you to do it with the Most High, because that way you know that it's good for you. He's not going to set you up. You are going to be tested. But if you know how to see and look at people, not just the person, can you look at a person through their energy? Can you feel them? You should be able to feel if this person is genuine or not. If you experience some things, you learn how to see some shit. People just like they get passed down some dark stuff in a family line. Yeah, it's witches and warlocks. It's two. Okay, it's God light, and then you got the demons that's in your family, and they there to take out your light. They don't care. You the different one in the family. You the weird one. You didn't finish school or whatever you didn't do. You the one that's awkward. You always sitting by yourself, or you look like whatever, or everybody like you. People pick on things that they actually like, but they just don't like it on you. So you gonna expect that in life. They say, well, expect it. You're not gonna stop it. People gonna feel like that for the rest of their life. I don't care. They can. But guess what you got power over? Who you let in your personal life. They don't have to like you. They don't have to agree with everything. That's okay. But if you know what you're saying and the other people get left behind and they're gonna say, how come nobody didn't tap me on my shoulder and let me know? Because you wanted to sit in the back and go to sleep. The ones that sat in the front and the middle, they wanted to pay attention a little bit more. The ones that sit in the back is easy to get up and run. Those are the ones that's fakers in life. So if you don't know how to tell them, those are the ones that never stand by their word. They do a little something, but not enough. And then they can't keep their word. This is for everybody, anybody. So tell your children from the door. How do you know when somebody should not be trustworthy? Pay attention, because sometimes life happens where you can't always keep your word. It don't mean that you're untrustworthy. It just means something happened. You can't do it on that day or time or whatever the case is. But is that your norm? Is that a pattern? Pay attention to the patterns in your life. Patterns in life will tell you the same thing, like you look at colors and things in life. If you see people in patterns and shades and colors, look at everything and get something out of it. And if you can't, you should get a bang out of it. If not, get a tic tac. Let it do something for you. I don't know what to tell you. The ones that did not pay attention to life, you can't get mad if the separation is going to happen, because if your frequency did not raise to go to the next level in this life, it doesn't matter if that's your kid or that's your wife, and we both live here, or we just got here. One came from another country and the other one, and said, well, we can't be separated because we just came together. It's not going to be because you belong to another state or another country. It's just going to be simple. You didn't raise your frequency. You did not mind your business. That's just simple. That's just what it is. People that didn't mind their business to grow in your conscience so you can concentrate. If you do own a business, do you know to concentrate on yourself so you could be a good business example of what it's like to be somebody uplifting, so they can go and be the best self, so they can have their business, to grow in themselves. So when everybody see themselves regrow in their best self, and they get to see themselves, look, God know how to do it. He blow our mind all the time, because he surprises us even in our own self. He be like, wow, I didn't even know I can do that. I didn't know I could jump that high. I didn't know I could fight that hard. I didn't know I can swim that fast. Whatever it is, it's something that God does on a regular to yourself if you pay attention. Even Satan remind you of what God is trying to do for you. But he could tell you, but if you know you're so stupid and deaf to the world, you think, oh, I got to pay attention. People that care about their family and care about pleasing their family and sticking up for family, because everybody's broken. Nobody's perfect, and we all got ways, and we pat each other on the back. It's okay. And the love bombing and love trauma bond is a sickness. Somebody needs to stand up and say the truth. No, this is not what you did with Bobby. That was wrong, and somebody should have rectified that. If Bobby needed something to be fixed, that should have been fixed. Why didn't somebody take account or just speak up for that person? Because a lot of times that's what we want, somebody to speak up for us on our behalf. If you see something, if you standing there watching somebody do something to somebody that's wrong, you're not going to get fixed. God is watching, and nobody and nothing is being spared. Everybody's got to. It's time to take accountability is what I'm saying. So when we do certain things, we got to wonder if you watching somebody hurt somebody or do something deceitful, and you know about it, and you know that person didn't deserve it, you know goddamn well, because some people deserve some things that happen to them, so you let it happen. That's good for them, right? They need it, right? That's that God apply and improve that message. But if it's somebody that is not befitting of to anybody, you see a store clerk or anybody yelling at us, do you know when to intervene? Not every time you need to intervene, but do you use discernment? If your discernment leads you, to say, hey, why are you trying to get over such and such? And this person, you told something, this is a different price. Why are you trying to overprice? Do you know when to intervene and step up for someone? That is being a good Samaritan. That is what the Lord looks at, not what the world standards is. If you keep going by these standards, you're going to fail, and most of everybody failed already. Because we're looking at what the world standards think about what logic. And if somebody do this, and I think that to me, I wouldn't take that person, man. I wouldn't do this. You wouldn't do a lot of things. That's why God didn't pick you. Please understand that. When people say, well, I can't tolerate, I wouldn't put up with this. That couldn't have been me. That's why it's not you. And that's why people got to respect other people, because you don't know why they mind thought a certain way or what happened to them to make them do such an action instead of accusing or criticizing or putting a person down. You don't know where they make up and why their mind went there. What made them do that? Something happened for something. Nothing happens for nothing, even if it's a good reason or a bad reason. Either way, the bad reason is still going to seem like a good reason. Why? Because they get the benefit off of it. If the other side see a benefit, just like on the other side, we're God conscious people, we see a benefit of doing things right. Why? Because we could get the same thing out of this life. We understand that now. We are learning to understand that it's nothing that this God used in this world that we can't do or can't use for a better purpose. They gave us these phones as little spy phones, right? A lot of us use these things. If you use it wisely and we use it for a purpose, then and you use it in a way to enlighten yourself, because they got a lot of things. YouTube, they say, oh, there's a lot of people saying stuff. This one is teaching this one is saying that. Let me tell you how to listen. The ones that's teaching about stuff that this world is trying to hide from us, those are the channels you should look at. Why? Because that's how God is using us to somebody got knowledge that other people don't have, and they find it, whether they find it on TikTok, somebody mind is going, somebody's figuring some shit out that they've been lying to us, and we walking on top of all kinds of glory stuff that they told us is extinct, right? That things that's from the old is gone, and we don't have no old technology. We shouldn't be paying for any lights nowhere, because the solar light gives us power to power the whole goddamn planet. You don't need solar lights, half a light. You need God light, and they do it for us all the time. Why? Because it's free. It came with the earth. Nothing that he used. They make us pay for things that is supposed to be, that is free. God naturally made it. Why do you think we have electricity in our bodies as well? We connected to everything that God made. How can I be making it up? Who want to test that? Well, I think I want to rebuttal. I think I will. Well, let me see. That can't. Well, listen, you can't. Why? Because it's facts. I'm not going to say anything that people need to argue about, because it's facts. Now, when I get back to the part where how do you get a curse of changing our use for, let me go to it. Because it said clearly, I'm going to make you a debased mind and make you lust after the same sex. If that don't make anybody think, lesbians and all of the above that apply, whatever you are, that is what it is. It's generational, and it's also conditional. So if you wasn't always that way, this world, if you get into certain things and you want to try, you're coming into the sin city. It doesn't mean that you gave up your soul. It means that you're on the wrong track. Don't stay there. That's what it is. Don't stay like that. If we ask the Most High to make me attracted to what I'm supposed to be attracted to, naturally by your law, we can stay where we at. Stay with who you with. If you're happy with your life and you said God said He approved it, the God of the creation would not. Sometimes the enemy be talking to us and saying that some things is approved because based on our feelings and how we feel about that person or the way they make us feel special. If that just the same way, if it's heterosexual, if the man is wrong, he is wrong. If that woman is wrong and you're a heterosexual male and you love women, but that's the wrong type of woman, that woman is wrong. Wrong is goddamn wrong. It doesn't matter. It's not no partiality. I'm just telling you straight down the line. Anything that's wrong and it's not in the right order, that the woman is not the right fit, her mind is not right. She's not acting as a responsible woman. This man is not acting as a responsible man. These are grown people, young people, and grown people's bodies. So listen, there's a lot of older young people, and there's a lot of younger old people. Okay, older people. There's a lot of younger older people. You're not gonna know. It sounds confusing, right? Let me deconfuse you for why I said that. The older people, they are younger because their mind did not mature. They aged it, but they not for the age that they are. And when they're not at the capacity where they should be, these are the things in this world where they want these people. These are the type of people that they experiment on. I'm gonna tell you that they want. They want people that had the most, that feels like they got left out in life. Somebody else got looked at. Somebody else had the spotlight. Somebody always had the best man. This sister always had, or this brother always had the best woman. They always had the best everything. They always had the best luck. They always had the best. And everything I did, you still had the same thing. You was blessed too. You had people that love you. You had people that like who you are. You had them. If you had to do anything to backstab anybody and then to be hateful about it, then that's why you can't find nothing good about yourself, because you did nothing great. That's the only explanation for people when they don't feel good about themselves for whatever area it is, and they can't find nothing grateful. And you listen to what they actually did. That's why a lot of people don't want to tell their story and tell some things what they did. Because if you did horrible things to people, to take from them, to drain them, and make fun and a laugh and ha ha ha. And if your spirits is like that, I'm gonna tell you for the whole world of goddamn to hear it. If you did that and you laughed and mocked at anybody's pain, for anybody's suffering, for somebody to not to have no happiness nowhere in life, not even a smile, not even a place to sit. They want you to sit outside and make you a cardboard and say, please help feed me. They want you to beg and be desolate. Those people, if you are one of those people that happen to be your characters in this life, please understand you're going to get that same thing back. Whatever you want, your energy is going to bounce right back. It's going to give you everything, so you will know what hatred feels like, because that's what you feel about yourself. And you putting that to hate somebody else because you don't feel good about yourself. People that feel good about themselves would never wish anybody harm or death, or put anybody or want anybody to be locked up because to save themselves. You got people, this is what this government do. They kill and get rid of it and make believe that somebody was just jogging in the park for nothing. And something happened and you say, well, what happened? They never find who did it. Why? Because it was one of them. See? All you got to do is have the right type of job. You get the right type of position, you know the right people, get the cleanup man, pay them a couple of dollars, job done. Well, another one bites the dust. What happened to the body? I don't know. It was ground up somewhere, left somewhere. You ever found the person? No, man. I don't know. They vanished. I don't know. I don't know, mommy. I don't know. I don't know. No English in me go. No English, my friend. Yeah, this part, this place here would either some things should make you laugh, because you got to think about the things that is happening and the things that's not being said, and so much that needs to be uncovered, and they making it look beautiful, and they report a little bit of good news and a whole lot of it is bad. They make a lot of noise and distractions around concerts and all kinds of things, and people screaming and making noise underneath. People's getting blown up, or they hurting each other or hurting children underground right beneath us. Do we not pay attention? I have to block things out so I don't hear everything or feel everything, because when you feel and hear everything, some things, even if you see it, I don't focus on anything that I understand, or that something or things hurt or whatever the case is. But when you need to focus on, I'm gonna use everything that's strength. Okay, I'm gonna use everything, nothing weak. I will use. I'll put that in the back, because that's gonna be. Look, you can fix and barricade your own self and make your own force. Your own force. and shield your own self. I got the breastplate of the Most High. So if you try to shoot, what are you shooting on? You got to go with a strength that gives you that spirit inside. You got to go with the Most High. Who else would you trust? Who else would get you to go through? Who else would tell you to keep going? Trust me, I got you. Who else should you fear? Nothing and no one. Who else should be against you if the Most High said, I love you. You're my ones. I chose for me. What difference does this world make? I don't give a damn if you got watching me on TV. If somebody's watching or talking about you, worrying about, well, they cyberbullying me. They saying if your spirit is weak, you belong with the sheep. You belong with them. You belong with the wolves that come in sheep clothing. Our job is to expose them. Why? Because you don't have a problem making fun at us. You don't have a problem joining this world to make mockery out of what God said to stand for. If you're a man and then you're having problems in being with a woman, and women do the same thing. If a woman don't learn how to treat or care for a man, to be abusive or to put them down or to know certain things and use these secrets or to use certain things to put each other down or to break each other's spirits, to take each other to court and do all kinds of things instead of saying, baby, let me have a sit down. Let's come to a decent agreement. These are both our kids. I want to raise them a certain way where we can have some normalcy and decency for this kid to have a good structure of what it looks like to have two parents that care about the investment of this life that they made together. If the other person, for whoever the other party is, don't feel that same way, and one of them is corrupting a kid and growing up wrong, incest, or whatever it is that's going on, because most people go through that. I heard a lot of stories in life. And I'm saying these are the things that makes generational curses in this life, and people pass it on. Oh, that's Uncle John. No, if that person is a pedophile, that person under any circumstance should be around children at all, man or female, auntie, grandma, none of them. If they want to corrupt a child's mind when they're not in a healthy mindset and you know they got behavior problems, don't leave them with the children alone. Don't leave nobody alone, even if they're not a child, but they with somebody that needs to be cared for, and they don't leave them with people that needs to be checked and they need to be watched over. Don't leave them with people that needs to be watched over themselves. Listen, it can help someone out there. Be watchful, mindful, who you put in place because it'll weigh on your conscience. If you know intently if a person is a certain way and you let that person get away with doing something, do you know that the Most High is not going to let you get away? It's watching us. It's looking at what the things that we will let pass, the things that we won't say, the things that we think is okay, and don't say nothing about it. And then worry about your soul and think that I should live a lovely way. How? What you let happen, somebody going to do the same thing to you. And especially when you do it to someone you shouldn't have did it to. What happens when everybody know that there's somebody always bigger and badder that's out there, right? Everybody know that if you could be the world champion, the greatest one, you knocked everybody out until you stop and you end up just leaving as that one and you bow out like I knocked out 100 people and I ain't never got knocked out and you won and you want to still keep fighting. Somebody else is going to knock you out. That one that all that 100 times that you got, that one time take all your credibility. Why? I don't know why that happens, but people think that. But there's always somebody somebody always want to see somebody shut up and knock the strength or the courage out that person. Why would you want to do that if they're not hurting nobody? If they're teaching how to be better, why would you want to hate that person? Because it's saying that you should have a better spirit about yourself. Why won't you love something that the Most High created? Why would you hate something so much and think that you should be celebrated? How? It's incredible. And a lot of people that think that way, and life happens to be a different way. And it's going to let it happen until you understand. No. The Most High said, I run the show. Nobody goes past go. And everybody that didn't know me, everybody's about to know. That is what that is. This is where we at. So some of us that don't know that we in Revelations right now. Revelations is to be revealed. That's why when planet Pluto, when the planets line up, it's being lined. You should feel something for the ones. That's why they say the 1%. Well, no. And the rest, it'll just be like a regular day. You won't know nothing. It wasn't meant for you. And it's just going to go over your head, and some people going to feel lost. Why do you leave? Why do you need to grow? Because if you, no, why you don't grow is because you didn't leave the nest and you didn't leave certain things and people alone. It's not to make them feel bad. And so if you never did something that the Most High said, how would you know something different if we live by this world's rules? Nobody think, besides doing all the stuff that you did wrong and you're going to get prosecuted, God going to reprimand. The whole thing is you're going to go through trouble in life until you learn the part of why you need to get it right, why I got to stop feeling that way. Lord, take that spirit out of me. I pray for you to stop going astray. This is what this is. It's about having a heart. I don't care what you did. Do you want to change? Do you want to stop feeling that way? Do you want to be left out? Do you want to feel like life is passing you by and you can't get a piece or a slice of the pie? It's because you're leaving yourself out. Anytime you go against yourself to look at somebody else and need something from somebody, or you do a crooked thing for something or for somebody, especially if you unalive or killed or did anything to disturb anybody, stole, lied, killed, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you did all these things in this life and you got away with it and said, well, I never did nothing, I never got locked up, whatever you never did, doesn't mean that it's not catching up to you, because God is watching everything and nothing is being, look, he got eyes in the sky just like down here. He got his angels down here too. They are watching just like the other side is watching. But guess what? Satan always builds something that they can't never figure out the end. They never can imagine. They never see the other side of something is not going to work. They only see, they make something big and fantastical. They make the AIs and they do a lot of amazing, disturbable, strategic, smart, but backwards stuff. They come up with inventions and they make things that happen and put people in harm's way, and then they can't figure out how to stop it. That is the irony to me. Like, you're a genius that you'll make something in the world and use us as suspense, okay? Don't forget that. That's why God got his own children, and he has us as his weapons, because we have to be the difference in the world to show that it is a such thing as rising against destructive and still be in this world and still be outside of this world. It's like being around, but you ain't around because you're not into everything. You into everything that is the opposite of what everybody else care about. That separates most people. This is how you know you separated and you was meant to be. Is when everything is happening, but you in a place by yourself. Nobody measures up to you except for whatever it is that God said, this is the people that equals me. The ones that don't, those are the ones that's there to learn. If I passed anybody or came across anybody, got to experience me, whether I knew who I was or whatever it was, I knew I was genuine. So I love people and I cared about you genuinely. If I didn't get that same thing back, it's okay. I'm still not your enemy. You could be mine. I don't have to like you, the things you do. But if you make it right and you do the right thing by the people that God sent in your life, that's just first and foremost. Be respectful to the people that God sent in our life, because he didn't have to do it. Oh, this person got something I didn't get. You didn't have to get nothing. You could have not ever had the experience of ever knowing a being ever existed, or anybody or people that's out here, that we alive and well and we exist. We are kind beings. It's people that care about stuff. That doesn't make us stupid. That means that we are wiser than the rest of you, because we learned something that you didn't learn. And that means that we learned that you get what you put out. You do good, you be your own spirit, let that speak and work for you. Why wouldn't the universe replenish you and give that back to you? Who's going to stop that? The universe knows who's who. It knows who belongs to. It knows that you can't trick God himself with somebody else and say, well, I want to be somebody else, or I want to make believe like how they do in the movies. No. Everybody that's been doing that, a lot of movies been playing. and it's not playing in the theaters. If you're watching your house, you've been to the movies the whole goddamn time and you missed it because a lot of people serve the God of this world. And they're going to tell you God all day. And some people say, as long as they say God, no, your spirit, if it ain't saying the same thing and you arguing with me, everybody know God's spirit. If that spirit is arguing with you or got some type of disgruntled, that spirit is just not from the Most High. That is period, point blank. If anybody's offended, good. It was meant for you to hear it. If your spirit is not in line and they don't come in peace and it goes against everything that the Most High stand for, that spirit is not of the Most High. If they tell you that they're friends and they say and you see them not, they're not there for you. It's not genuine. It's not equal. I don't care what you say. I understand. I know you by your own signature energy spot. So whatever that is, and people know how to pick that up. When you come across one, they're going to understand. These are the people in the world. I'm telling you how to distinguish, how to tell. They don't, they mouth move, but they spirit move different. If they keep moving different, they don't talk and speak what they feel. They say something else. They saying something good, but their spirit is showing you something different. That is not God. That's not the Most High. The Most High would not do that. His word is straightforward. Listen to it. Anybody that speaks straightforward, straight, that means plain, clear, concise. It's nothing that you need to figure out. You don't need to ask Siri or nothing. You don't have to ask Google or anything. Or can you help me to figure out something? I need you to help me out. No, use your mind, use your thoughts. Find out how you treat people. Ask Siri. If I don't treat people good, what happens to me? What you think God going to do? Where would I end up at? Once you ask good life questions to see how much you really got them know. Because if it know too much about you, I don't think you should have it in your house. I don't care if you ask them too much or nothing. I don't really care about a lot of the things. I use simple stuff for a simple reason. That's not telling people not to use or be who you want. I'm telling you to exercise yourself to do whatever it is in a healthy way from whatever the choices that they got out here that they put in front of us. Use it in a way where it's going to help you to mind your business. So that way you know how to get over their stuff that they want to use for their business, which is studying us and using other people like that look like us, family and friends that look like us, and to tell us, well, we look like we family. We kin. Everybody that got the same skin is not kin because their spirit is different. If that spirit is of the jinn, they can't be your friend. They just won't. They will always do something. What people call them snakes. I like snakes because at least they let you know what they are. They start wiggling, they go like this, and they got a kind of like a rhythm. Snakes is not bad. Is the people that don't like snakes is because those are the ones. A lot of people don't like a lot of things of what they are. I'm learning certain things. I'm learning that's not for everybody, but that's for some. Some people that snakes, like they like to bite, but not in front of you. Not really to bite you literally, but they still really want to bite you. But they want to do it in a slick way. So they snake you. Now, they say snakes is sneaky because it sneaks up on you, right? Okay, so do your family members. Some do the same ones that say they care about you. They sneak up on you too. That's why they call them snakes. Oh my goodness. Listen, and those are the same one. If you buy them a snake, they don't like them. They scared of them. Or if you give them the real big ones, they don't know how to act. How come you don't like your friends? How come you don't like to be with the same things you are? They don't like the same thing that represents them. Some people. Some people don't like a lot of things will tell you what kind of person you are. People that don't like heights or don't like to take certain chances or do certain things, those are the ones that play it safe in life. So you play it safe, you be in a safe place. You don't get to grow because if you live life safe, this is even to my children. I'm speaking out loud to everybody. Every time we play life safe, I don't mind to do things I never did before because how else would you challenge yourself to see what else you can do? You'll never know if you don't push yourself and say, well, I never did this. I never did this before. But I know if the Lord told me I knew I could do it, I would do whatever he told me to do. That is obedient. That is a person after God's heart. That means that regardless of how scary it is, what people want to say or think of you, you have to have enough something in you to be like, I'm still going to speak for you. Mom, did you get that chicken? No, can you shut the hell up? So This is me. This is my life. This is me. So I didn't have anything to hide, but I hope I inspire somebody or anyone to find something that you can find something good inside and love yourself. Because if you sold yourself, to sell yourself is to sell your birthright. That means your manhood. For women, it's your womanhood. That means you are traded your natural use of being what natural for a man. You traded yourself for your own womanhood to being another woman. That is selling yourself. That is selling your birthright. These are curses that they put in our family lines. These are generational curses. So if you don't understand what I said, that is what it is. So if you feel funny from when you was 5 years old, 6 years old, or when your first experience was with a woman, another woman, because an older woman, somebody did something, or you became more promiscuous because a man touched you, or a woman, whatever happened to you, these are demons that put the spirit, those bad seeds, and it made you move that way. So it filled your flesh ego inside, so it made it feel natural. Do you understand how sin can make us feel natural? The things that goes against our natural use, and not even know that we crossing some spiritual lines with God, and that the things we doing with ourselves, we're not taking account that we changing our body. We want bigger this, but bigger that, because we want a man to look at us. I said that I wanted to have a bigger buns because I saw all the other ones that they had. He was looking. I said, "Well, I want you to see me like that. Make minds like that." Is there anything wrong to want to be admired or looked at as someone else? When you want somebody to look at you a certain way, is there something wrong with it? A lot of times I would say no, right? Because in your flesh, we'll say, no, there's nothing wrong with that. Why wouldn't everybody wants to be admired? I want to be looked at fancy and classy and like how they look at other people, right? The thing about it is wrong. It doesn't feel wrong because I didn't think it was. A lot of things that we don't think is wrong in this life that goes against the Most High, the Creator that created us, to not to look at outside of ourselves, to want to be admired or look at as someone else. We should want to be looked at as who we are, for who we are. Let other people difference be their difference, and if that's their beauty or that's their handsomeness, let them be handsome in their own handsomeness. Oh, brother or sis, I love your style. I love the way you're wearing that. It looks beautiful on you. Women could give women compliments without having any sexual chemistry with it. A man should be able to give another man, another brother or a young man, a compliment without having nothing sexual between it. It should not. Boundaries included. My manhood is the ones that didn't sell themselves. They straight 100% understand their manhood, that they was born to be a man, to rule and to lead, not over the woman, to lead as an example, rightfully and protectively. If you keep getting many more and different ones, and you're doing just having sex with different ones, man and woman, you don't have a purpose or why you doing it other than feel good. And it's a feel good moment because we get to eat, we get to laugh, we hang out. Y'all don't have a game plan. You're not living for nothing. You came here, you don't have a purpose. You don't have any standard why you here. You just came here to eat, party, and bullshit. And they say, well, I live my life. I travel, I sightsee. I went and I bought and I to sightsee and to actually see something where you could go and be inspiring. It don't have to mean you got to make something. Let the Lord make you. If it's going to be something to supersize you, let him supersize you. But in the meantime, you don't have to think about everything so big. Just do the best that you know to be and be that. Learn from your past mistakes, learn from your accidents and things and how to get better. Confess on them. If you don't, the Lord want to do it, and he doesn't have a nice way. It's not nice all the time. Whatever Jesus was back then, he was nice and going around putting his hands and laying hands on people. Oh, I want you to heal. You will be able to see again. Rise, Lazarus, rise and walk. Forget about that. You ain't walking nobody. If you ain't get up and walk and you can't, that's too bad. If you didn't have enough faith and somebody came and grabbed your hand and told you to get up and come and walk, I'm gonna help you, and you did the opposite thing, you got your strength together and you ran the other way and ran with the people that didn't help you, you belong there. And then when they sit yourself down and you can't get up again, that's good for you. You know why? Because you played yourself and ran back to the same thing that didn't want you and made you cripple in the first place. And that's what a lot of people do. We settle for things that we shouldn't settle for. We hang with things or people and places that we know we should let go of. Why you should let go of? Because you need to better yourself so they can see that it is possible to change out of something that you was familiar with. I love myself. I love the woman I am. It doesn't matter if you're with someone or not. You should love yourself enough so that person can love you enough so that you love yourself and you ain't afraid to stand up to talk about whatever it is that you know that you're speaking right, because you're supposed to be uplifting. Uplifting means to tell the truth. That means that I'm not here to be friendly with people. Hey, I want everybody to be my friend. I want everybody to help me win. What I do want, my soul tribe, please pray for me. Pray for me, pray with me. I ask God to guide me and to keep using me to be his vessel, to be able to show that you can have love in spite of. That is the best thing that this world never seen. Can you still have a soft heart after you've been broken and battered with everything came to shatter your life, and you still got the nerve to smile after that? Who you is? Who you know? Why you like that? How come you not angry? Like, why you don't get upset? I do. That's why I talk and tell people, listen, we have to be told our attribute, not the flaws that we have. If your flaws make you do an action to someone or even to yourself that you know is going to hurt or trigger someone else, why would you do it and then hide it? Why don't you just don't do it? Because it's stupid. Why apologize for something you know and damn well you meant to do? How do you come back and say, I'm sorry, I cheated on you? How many times you did? About 50 damn times throughout the years. I don't know. I don't know. Man or woman. I don't know, baby. It's not confessing just to tell the truth so you can do it. And any man or woman that allows to have an open relationship, I'm gonna tell you, don't do it. It's not good. It causes problems, and you're gonna see why God uses people. Uses us that live for this world, that do worldly things, and see why we get worldly karma, why we get paid back. Karma, when you don't come out of this world and come more into your God conscience, it will make you a better soul and make you care about someone and make you think about someone was special for me. God sent somebody to save my life. If I did anything for you, if I set you free and I made you a better man to go and get somebody else, remember, if it's not in God's order, men and women, people, you could get married to whomever you like. You can screw whoever you like, but if it's not by whoever the most high like, and that's not for you, and you do something outside of what the Lord prescribed for you, someone to everyone, it's not going to work out for you. It has to be ordained by God. Otherwise, it is not. And if it's something that you don't want or you can't handle, you're supposed to say, God, I can't do it. Can you please do something? I can't. I think you need to consult the Lord, because that's what he said. If you can't handle what I gave to you and you don't feel you worthy, tell me so I can kick you off and you can walk off the team. You want something less than what I'm giving you, other than with me giving you your best? My best is who I am. You don't want that? You rather settle for less. Go on, go on, go on. And people think, well, I could just come back. I could just get back on God's side. Okay. To change the use of our mind is to change the use of our body. And then we cannot get to our highest enlightenment. The woman and the man balance, so our chakras have to be able to be in line. It will do some things beyond our own imagination. This is why when we do have and you have good balance in your relationship, You have a good, healthy mind. That man is nurturing that woman. He's catering to her. She caters to him. She makes him smile. She can shave him and make sure he's cool and grab on him and love him up and always cuddling and want to be in his arms. He always want to be in her arms. When that man can't appreciate God's lucky charm, him or her don't deserve anything good at all. Once you denounce the Most High and you think you should do everything else outside of that, I'm saying, why not appreciate? That is a blessing. If the Lord ever send anybody in our life, that is a blessing. And you want something else. Don't want that one. This one knows too much, but this one loves just as much. Will never hurt you. We're there to be uplifting to my men. It is good women out here. You have to look for the one that's been broken, that's been healed. Those are the ones that's ready to love openly. That man too. After we've been broken, we want peace. You're not looking for after you don't find out the toxic life and you lived the wild side and you did it up and you lived it up and you saw it up, you screwed it up, you did everything you can do. After you do that, do you know when to return to the Most High and say, Lord, I'm ready to submit to you. In order to submit, you have to do the right thing to the right one that God put in your life. Otherwise, you're not doing it right. Everybody knows that it says we must repent, right? So of our sins, known and unknown. So the ones that we know that we can get to. The ones that you can't, they moved away, you can't find them. Never mind that. Say it to the universe and make peace with it and say, God, send my spirit to wherever they at to let them know that I'm sorry wherever they at because I can't get to them. I hope they're alive and well. If they not, let their spirit be well with my blessings to them. That I pray that they forgive me. Now, if you can forgive someone, give people their flowers while they're alive. It doesn't matter after they're gone. What their body going to do? Wake up and say, oh, thank you for these roses and flowers? Be thankful. Be loving. Tell people you love them while they're here. Show people that you care while they care. If God sends somebody to speak to you and hug you or speak to you where you can hear, you should have a spirit to think about, if that God did that for me and it's all knowing and powerful, and he sent someone to me and not knowing how I was living, I'm not as worthy. That means that God got favor with your simple ass and he wants you to get it. He wants you to be okay. He sent somebody to say, get those people, wake them up. I want them. See if they'll follow me. If not, don't make them. Say my words, sir. They can't say they never heard it. They never can say they never had love. They never heard God speak a certain way. That is love. It doesn't need to be kind and gentle. It needs to be true and understand it. You need to get the message. And sometimes if you're not a kind person, then no, you don't. You need to stop being simple. Everything is not going to be, oh, you saying you're being too harsh for me. Listen, if you're a man, you got to not be a crybaby. Life is for females too. You're not gonna get your way all the time. Sometimes a goddamn no, sometimes a yes, sometimes a almost. And then you may get a little. God let everybody get something where they have a big bang in life. Everybody gets a chance. The ones that didn't get a chance, those are the ones about to get a chance in life. If you had it and you didn't do it right, you were supposed to maintain to keep it. If you didn't keep it and it didn't last well and it didn't last long enough, that means that it wasn't right. God had to take it away. It wasn't meant. You didn't do it well. If you cheat, look, you can't cheat in life and try to trick God and say, look, Most High, we still want to do what we want to do. We don't care. We ain't see your power yet. So until you make us shut up, we ain't. And now that he's making people shut up and sit down and think, yeah, people's learning. It is a power that resonates, and I believed in that power. Nobody can tell me I didn't know it's not. Okay, everybody finding out it is a such thing as the Most High, and it's such thing as said, touch not my one. I'm it's not negotiation. That's scary. I don't know about y'all, but it's scary, especially when you think about a third of the earth being in the four corners of the earth, the beasts and all the things that's supposed to go on. Think about what children were God's that watch the ones that sacrifice themselves because they sacrifice many. Who do you think is going to end up? in those fire dens, or see such a thing, or just to see life happening different. And someone's going to, God going to save the ones that He's supposed to save. That it said, no harm. Listen to this. No harm shall come to minds that is under me, that I have my hand that works for me. Anybody that crossed that line, that thought that just should make fun at me for my ones that serve me. Now, since you made me your enemy after I loved you, I made you. Why would you turn on me? That's how the Most High feels when people turn and do the other thing and go against Him and say, why would you go against me? I made you, and I made the thing that you serve. But the thing that served me, that you work for, honors me. You see, Satan works for the Most High. It's not the other way. When people follow that law and they keep going down the rabbit hole, Satan got workers that do the wrong thing. Satan cannot just walk up on somebody if it wasn't called or sent to them. If a spirit is sent to you and you don't know nothing about you and you don't know nothing about that, and you don't have no faith, the least faith you got, you could be attacked. It doesn't matter how many people. If it's the whole world, if your faith is stronger as the faith of which you have in the Most High, and the Most High have in you, and you got the strength of the sun, you got the power of the moon that shines in the night, and that lets you see things in the dark, and that lets you shine in the night, and you both ways, and you both elements, and everything is that, and you everything that the Most High said that you are, and you be all of that. What is messing with you? What is going to break you? Who is going to use and do anything? Not even death can touch you. As God said, this is my mission. If He has a mission, that mission has to get done. You have to live to whatever it is. Everybody lived until God said, all right. And if He want to change and bring you back, He gets to do that too. Most people don't even know we sign up for a lot of this stuff before we get here, so we can see what it is that we want to do. We forget, but as you journey on and you start remembering your purpose, and you start remembering, if you have a destiny, most people don't have that. They say, I got a career, I got a dream. Whatever your dream is, make that your own reality. Don't pass it off and say, oh, it's just a dream, something I had, it's not real. Then you don't believe in yourself is real. And most people ain't real. That's why they end up on that side, and Satan like them, because they fakers just like him. He used their spirits. If you have none of those spirits in you, and you strong in your faith, now you gotta, it's a thin line. You can have none of those spirits in you, jealousy and none of those things. But if your frequency of your spirit, of yourself, if your self-esteem is mediocre and you don't have a high vibration frequency, that demon could attack you. It will send somebody to get through to you. Your defenses is down. You're not aware. You're not up. I had the best ones in this life, in life in general, that to make me understand there's two spirits in this world, and that's it. That's all it's ever been, no matter what they told us, how they said it, what they stole and took away from us, how much they beat us, how much they corrupt us, how much they raped us and told us that whatever it is, they lied. You have to be your own investigator. I investigated and learned how to investigate myself. I said, Lord, how do I do it? Study yourself. Learn everything about you and others. Watch how you feel about yourself so you can learn why people feel a certain way, so you can learn why people hurt. So you will know why I love the way I love unconditional anyway. Because you did something hard and you loved anyway, even when people didn't appreciate it, even when they laughed at you after you did it, even if they mocked you, you knew, but you still stuck with it. You remembered me. So I smiled on you because you was made for me. You reminded me of why my love is the way it is, and you remember my love. So I'm telling you how to do it. You love yourself in and out of time, because that is where you get your own strength. That's the God strength that's going to say, don't quit. If you belong to me, you don't quit. If I gave you a voice to speak, you speak it. If I made you to speak louder, you speak loud. If I made you to humble, speak soft. If I made you a certain way, be everything I am. Indoctrinate me in every place, in every ounce, in every step you walk. Be everything I made you to be. Scream and shout it. Say, God made me. I made you for me. Why wouldn't we argue? Why wouldn't we fight for that? I fight anybody for that. Yes, I know the Lord can fight his own battles, but I can stand up for him. I can speak and say certain things how he felt. Yes, do he have a feeling? Yes. And it feels bad if I cry for anything. I cry because a lot of us missed it. Not because of somebody hurt me and how bad they hurt. I think about, I said, oh, if this shit hurt, I learned to accept. Don't cry all the time. I did all that. Remember, if the pain is that great, remember it got to be just as much, way better than what you're feeling. If you're going through something, go through it with a feeling of healing, so you can know that this too is there to make me stronger. This too is to help me to learn. This too has helped me to find out why I must go a right way, why I must think bigger than what I thought. Maybe I should not settle for the other things that I did yesterday. All these things, every day we can learn something new that we shouldn't have did, or we could do better. When you love yourself, it doesn't matter if somebody else don't see your godness and your goddessness in you. It, that's their laws. You can't do nothing with that. Everybody's not meant to follow you. Some people, when you tell them to rise, it's time to do something different. Take back yourself. Your family line is on the line. It's time for us to make generational curses. Free ourselves, leave our family. Some of them is cursed. This is what it is. That means destruction all the time. It's always going to be chaos, fights, all kinds of stuff for the kids that come or after. That line, those family lines, is destroyed indefinitely. It is not a pray out. It is not. It's a get back and stay out. That is what the Most High. That is what it is. If you did something, you go against the line, and people was causing curses and family lines and picking and doing these things and hurting innocent people. This is what this world is made of. So I'm going to say it right now, nice and loud. They're hunting God's children. This is what this is. This is what this whole war is. And anytime they doing talking about they going to war, fight over there in Afghanistan or whatever, they're hunting for God's people. That's it, because they don't want this world to turn. So they don't want us to stop paying. They want us to still stay slaves. So if y'all want to keep being part of the curriculum of this world, to keep keeping it alive, stop feeding the beast so the beast can die. You gotta send this out so people can stop entertaining this world the way it is. It needs to rise up so it can say, okay, if they want to go out with a fight, then stand up for something and say, no, we're not going to keep paying for everything, and it's costing us our life. Whether it's taking abortions or whatever it is draining the life of the people. We have to rise. We have to be able to speak and lift frequencies and vibrations and stop paying for shit that you don't need to pay for. Why? Because we can save our money and spend it on the things how we want to live in our communities. Oh, nobody don't like that one. How would that be? What if everybody could stop doing a lot of things that you got to do something, start somewhere, so you can see. All right, now if you it's checkmate. You like playing chess? I don't play chess. I just play real life. So if you don't know that part, then I guess you don't know it in life. I know I said I was going to read, but I pretty much just told you to exchange yourself is to change the use of your birthright for your God-given self. You know where I heard that from? Terrence Howard. He broke it down, and is actually the truth. If you do anything outside and you give something, it takes your manhood, whether you with your friends or at a young age or not, a man, woman, or sister, brother, anybody that do something of the same, or even older, messing with the person, a younger person or older person, all those things is wrong if it's not in no boundaries. When I'm saying have boundaries, have respect, have tactics, it needs to have some type of integrity about yourself, so you know some lines I would never cross. I would never hurt a child or do that. I won't want that on my spirit. If that's how you live, those are vampires, and these are what you call them, werewolves. These are these type of things that exist, and they come out and they look nice and they walk the red carpet. They look wonderful, and they sit on your couch and you go party with them. And some of them, they're your aunt. They live in your house. Whatever it is, I'm telling you, they the same as them on top. It's the same as above, so below. And if you don't think I don't know what I'm saying, think again. Watch what's happening around you. You start looking at life a little bit different. It's not don't trust everything. Trust that you are different. So if you know you're different, if you are that different and you are the vampire, and you need to steal people's energy and souls and life, and you need to be that crooked demon seed that is going to drown you in this life because you want to be the highest power. If you want all the power, then you need to be with the power that's always going to win. I'm a winner. I like to win. Listen, I don't know nobody that said, well, I like to lose. That's the losing side. If you play with the world is surely going to help you and make you appear. You're going to feel like you're winning, but it takes your soul and you're sad inside. Look how many of them died. Suicide and killed themselves. Why would all these millionaires be happy and take themselves off? What is happening? Something they saw, something they had to do, something they couldn't take no more. They couldn't. It was too much. Something went against their soul core. They can't talk about it. If they talk about it, you got to die about it. You got to sign the NDA. You can't talk about nothing. I want to be on nobody's team where I can't say what I need to say. I'd rather be on the Lord's team because what? Who's going to stop you if you and the Lord is saying, speak? Speak, because you're going to be careful of what you're saying because you're thinking about the Lord wants people to be uplifted. He wants people to be respectful and reminded that don't disrespect what I did for you. Don't disrespect who I placed in you or placed for you or what I did for you. Don't disrespect the life that I gave to you. Don't disrespect the kids or the lifestyle that I made for you. Regardless of what the enemy tried to do, did I not save you? If you can't find any judgment and restitution in that, even the ones that's whack, I hope that you gain yourselves, all the people that think that it's better to have greed and be mean and get people and be hateful and get them back. And it's not. It's going to take your life. It's shortening your life. And it's not helping you to produce so you could be better than that. You need to override whatever that feeling that is so you could be the best that you is, so you can say, Lord, I see why you took me this way and why I did these things and why I did them. My loves, to be a friend, to be somebody that you don't mind, to be something that you don't even know. You just know I need to hold on because a lot of people lose their faith when life happens. We lose our way. We don't. It seems like it's so close. So we lose our way a lot of times, and we feel like we're so far away. I thought that. I said, Lord, I don't like this place. It's not nice. It's not. Where's the love? So I realized we need love more than the pain. Yes, I'd rather love more than the pain because that's what the pain is, because there's no love there. That's what's needed. If you find the antidote and you find what's the remedy, it's not a lot of things. The enemy confuse you a lot of ways, but if you find one, I seen one thing. This world needs more love. And I looked around, I said, and I know I have enough to give it. To be your friend, to that one that was a friend to you. If you believe, he will see you through. Just hold on, he will carry you when you are alone and you don't have a friend. I call on that one. He's my trusted friend. I said, Lord, help me. I need your strength. I'm so alone. I'm heartbroken. And I talk to that one that strengthened me. I said, Lord, help me. Help me to fight my enemies. Help me to be strong, even when I cannot see. You are my light. You are my way. When the Lord bless you and light your way, what should you be afraid of? I'm just saying, trust you and listen to yourself so you can uplift yourself in God's way. And then so you can see why God made you, whether you're big or small, short or fat, whatever you is, appreciate yourself to take better care of yourself so you can love yourself the way the Lord loves you. And remember, he didn't love us because you got fat. He didn't love you because you lost weight or because you stepped and you the most one that stayed in shape because you got bigger breasts, bigger than the rest, and you passed all the tests and everybody put you in competition and in competition to the world. The only competition is the one that's after God's own heart. That one is racing against the world. That one is God's ones. That's one is only girl. I said, Lord, I love you and I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen this time. If your answer is not yes, every time something tells you no, that you can't get through and the door closed on you and things seem like it's sticking and nothing is going to help you to get through, when the all odds is against you, when you feel like you can't do it and you feel weak and you're about to hit the floor, and then God just do something and he do it for you. When you didn't, before you could hit the floor, he did something, it made you rise. You smiled again, you cried, you couldn't believe it, you was ready to give in. The Lord did something for you. Said, no, you're my trusted friend. I'm that. When you loyal to the Lord is loyal, friendly, kind, fierce. It's no got no place for no envy or nothing like that, but he's there to teach us a lesson. He'll let us go through things until we understand that power. Respect that. Don't disrespect my power, and I gave it to you. I gave you life. I gave you all these things, and I let you have special gifts. I didn't give it to you so you can be a misfit and play around and hurt my people with your gifts and cheat them and play with their minds, because I gave you eyes to see. I gave you, you're a watcher, and I gave you eyes to watch like me, and you deceived my ones. How dare you? You came from me. Somebody get all understanding to understand that it's disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. You are my one, my trusted friend, my only one, my only friend. You are my way to see. You're the one, you were meant for me. When I see you in my dreams, I ask you, Lord, can you rescue me? If you ever cried, and you cried in your sleep, because the Lord put something heavy, he put something profound, he gave you something to see, you saw something miraculous, you was a place where you didn't know you could be. It was things that I was able to do. Even in my sleep, that I get scared. Yeah, I did, because it was something that the body don't need to go everywhere. It's something you could do if you could be in phantoms of water somewhere. And phantoms, I mean, down where nobody is at, and it's dark, but it's a light, and you can see some type of well or a big sea animal, like a shark or a whale, and you can be in the midst of the water. You could do things with your spirit that you can't do with your physical. So let me tell you, you can see some wonderful things. I see, yes, it is another world beyond this world. Yes, it is other beings that live in the sea and in the oceans. Yes, it's beings that is intelligent, that live intelligently. It is places. It is mermaids. They exist. They have little houses and chairs. They have certain things that. What I'm saying is, if I seen it, it's real. And nothing that the Lord showed me that I didn't see in my dream that I didn't see for real. If it happened, I know that it's real because He don't let you see something that don't exist. You said you want to know where you come from. Lord, show me this. Who's these ones that don't believe like this? Who's these ones that can't say, Lord, I'm one of you. You know all things. I'm connected to you. Help me. Let me see. Let me learn like you. I don't need nobody to try to take my style and take my knowledge. You can't. I got way more than I'm letting out. Because I won't. Because the Lord said, wait. But He did ask me to speak. So I'm speak. Uplift my people as you drift off to sleep whenever time you listen, or whenever time you want to hear me. I pray that I touched you somewhere. Even if people say, oh, she speak a lot. Why you speak so much? You say so many things. Everything that I said is consistent and still telling you to change. Change your life, change your mind. Be your own creator. Be your own mind. Learn to live and trust God that He will guide you some way. Be respectful, be mindful for the things that you got, even if you have whatever it is that you got and said, oh, somebody took it away. Whatever was taken, God will replenish it if you keep going the same way. Block things out. People want to come. They're going to be of old. Some is new. Some is new problems. Some is old problems. Can you weed them out? Can you determine which ones is what? When you don't need what you need, when you should try. Do you know if a person don't try, they're not even worth it to even try with you, because you said some things and people lose faith because you said some words. But if their spirit was enough, they will fight for you. If they don't, it's all right. They wasn't strong enough for you. Man or woman, be okay that somebody don't want you and they did the wrong thing. Well, you didn't do it to me. You did it to you. You see how that go? You got to say something that feeds yourself so you can give your own dose of medicine and help yourself to plant yourself, water yourself, and then put yourself in the sun and say, God, I'm your one. And then you get a bang out of life and you say, well, I don't need to be mad about it, because if you did nothing wrong, then why should you be sad about it? If somebody mistreats you because they didn't understand how to treat you, don't get upset with them. They didn't understand. If a person don't understand and they think they do, but if they mean and malicious, God got a way of sitting those people down to talk to them and let them know, listen, no, this is not how it's going down. Listen up. Let me tell you how this gonna go. You understand what I'm saying? He has His own style, His own charisma, and He is funny. He gave us everything. And then what we say, the Lord is on the money, right? And He never late, never shy away, never none of that. I hope I was inspiring and uplifting. I hope I inspired all you souls out there, wrong and right, up and down. I hope I changed and help inspire someone's life. If I made a difference in anyone, I hope that in all that getting, we get an overstanding to remember that we all belong to God either way. The Most High, the Creator, created everything. This world lied and it tried to take us astray. Remember something as I'm saying it. Remember the things that you got when God gave it. He said, I gave it to you. Why would you let some strange people take it? Why would you give away what I gave you? Why would you change and put something, or go somewhere and let somebody change you and put something else and fill your lips or take you away? Why didn't you leave yourself the way I made you? I wanted people to see the way I made you so they can appreciate every scar that you went through, so they can see the way I saw you. Why would you change how I made you? Listen, that means that for men and women, it's not saying, I'm not saying in the fact of just changing your body parts. I'm not just saying in that way. Why would you change to make yourself different or fit in or try to be something you're not? Why would you change to be something you're not? Why won't you be everything I made you to be? If you clean yourself up, maybe you can represent me. If not, I'm going to use you as an example of why you went against me. It's plain and simple as 1 and 2 people. Keep in mind, Okay, because we wanted two, God is one, right? So he's all for everybody, right? Everybody can have him. You have to go in here so you can learn why you should care for yourself, why you should dress and cover your breasts, and why you don't need to show all your assets, why you don't need to present yourself so everybody can look. Yes, you could be flawless and beautiful with everything you got, all your curves. It's not about hiding it. A man say wear big clothes. I said cover yourself. Make it um quality taste. So you could be elegant and still be sexy and still be grace. That's what I'm saying. Our women need to understand, and young women alike, old, young, anybody that's using your body parts. And I'm saying you're inviting these spirits because they see it as lust. And some of us is not on it, but a lot of us are. And you don't know that lustful demon is looking. What they call it, incubus, is a sexual demon. And if you have sex with some of them, they're going to put that demon on you and you're not going to know it. And you're going to be lustful. You're going to be very sexual. And you won't even know you got with somebody that was sexual. But it's a demon to make you addicted to them. And they're not good for you. They're there to use you, get you hooked on them, and run away. That's man and woman. Same thing. Get you hooked, grind you up real good, suck you down, and go around and move around and get somebody else. So if you want to stick a move or run around, you want a donut, anything could fall in, anything could come out. Well, everybody got a hole. It doesn't matter what hole it is. I just stick it in anywhere. I just open my legs because I just let it. It got to fit somewhere. Listen, when we don't think more highly of ourselves, you're gonna get stuck with something. And I'm gonna tell you, those sexual demons, it's nothing to play with because they'll ruin your life. They'll make you do things and take you outside of yourself. And a lot of times they're associated with drugs or alcohol and heighten the intensity of the pleasure, make you want to risk and go for whatever you want to know. Or I just do anything. I'm ready for to be a freak for all. And you do it in the name, especially when you say you know the Most High. Who did you disrespect? Did you think that you was hurting somebody by using your body to mock somebody with a picture or whatever it is that people do? What I'm saying is, when you mocking someone in God's name, or when we doing it ourselves, in whichever way, we are disgracing ourselves. We put in dirt on our own name, and that's something we will have to repent. And God's gonna make us deal with that. Simple as that. You mock the body. You do what to the body I gave you? You're gonna use that to mock me, to mock somebody that works or love me. This is how he feel about his children. This is how he feel about his ones. This is how he feel about us, how we feel about his creation. Why you think he got rid of the floods and all those things came? Because people did not appreciate. That's why he confused the language so we don't communicate and stop doing shit. This world is nothing. And to tell us to celebrate all the things that goes against the Lord. Pagan holidays. Why are we caring about Thanksgiving? Make your own Thanksgiving. Be thankful for giving a life. This is Thanksgiving right here. This is Christmas. I'm giving a gift. It came early. You don't need a Christmas tree to get a gift. Do you need something to be wrapped up for somebody to give you a gift? Can words that from God's heart be uplifting to your soul? Can that be a gift? Do you need to see it wrapped up in something? Do you need to have it in a big box? Do you need to see it in something shiny? Do you need to wear it on your wrist? You wear it in your spirit. Let that be your God's bliss. Let that be your glisten and let that be your shine. All shine. Shine. We was meant to shine on. I didn't know I was a shiner, but shiners, we shine on. That means we see both ways. We can see in the dark, we see in the light. The people in the dark, you only can see one way. You can see the light, but you can't comprehend it because it doesn't make sense to you. That's why you got to get out of the dark so you can come in the light. You need a balance. You see what I'm saying? We need to be able to make peace. Satan is not his minions. You know, some of them you can't help, some of them you can. I hope the ones that was on the other side living for this world, whether you partying or whether you working hard and you think you feeding me, I'm feeding my kids, I'm doing the right thing. If your spirit is not in love, whatever it is, so God can give you a reason to do something that you love, to make money. If you need to be provided for, be provided or something that's natural to you. Don't let this world tell you what you're worth. So you chasing after whatever is the money is and say, well, I'm going to use that, and people judge you off of they figure your worth is what your job pay you, or how much your job is worth. When you realize you work for the Most High, you're not for sale. You can't be on anybody's grid. If you're doing the work, you're doing the work because you're good at what you do and you love what you do naturally. It's not a job. It's something that you're meant to do. You see the difference? God is blessing you for doing something. You're getting paid for it, but you're getting paid. I'd rather get paid for the Lord or his mind and soul. If he correct you and see you, say, this one, she's learning. He's learning. I'm proud of you. How do you know the universe will smile for you? They'll speak for you. You got ancestors. You think they coming out I was about to say coming out they bed. You think they get up and watch over us and fight for someone that don't fight for themselves? If I never stood up, if I never said nothing, if I never stood up for nothing in my life, and I was so a winkedy, and I was just getting pushed around, and I never learned how to talk up for myself, and like, do you think it would be a celebration? Do you think that all your ancestors getting up and shouting a shout out for somebody that ain't even wake up, they ain't even finish brushing their teeth, they didn't thank God about nothing, they walking around, even if they did, but you're walking around with a lowly spirit, and you don't have no gumption. You need that. Life got to punch you up inside. They said, you want to send this one, because this one understand why you have to love more harder than pain, and more than anything else. You still have to be that joy inside, because most people give up on that. So I'd rather be the love and the joy that God brings. If that made any sense and made anybody feel anything, I hope you did. It takes a lot for me to say some of the things and just be who I am. I'm unapologetic. I don't apologize for what I say. I'm not here if I offend anybody. I'm telling you, if you go in the wrong way, or you feel some way about it and you want to stay that way, just remember you get everything you need to get, whatever, according to whatever you put out. That is what that is. So some people, it's okay. We're not doing everything the Lord said and doing it all the way he wants, and who he wants us to be with the way he wants. Then be okay with the outcome. I mean, be okay. I think a lot of people it's okay to be like, well, I'm attracted to who I'm attracted to. So if that's how I gotta go, that's what it is. I'm not gonna change. That's okay. I'm not forcing you. I'm just telling you what God said. I mean, people that want to please God, we want to please him either all the way or we please him some way. Now, that don't mean that, oh, I smoke, I'm still smoking, or that means that I smoke. Now, whatever you smoking, if you smoking drugs, I'm talking about things that's going to make you off balance and make you forget why God loved you in the first place. If you're doing any other thing, or if you're drinking, it's take your mind out of commission. You're a little high, you're drinking, and you're a person that likes to talk, and you like to tell every goddamn thing, man or woman. Be careful who you're around, because when you tell everything, I learned not to tell a goddamn thing to a goddamn soul other than God himself. Listen, in relationships, don't do it. Let your relationship be between you and that person, because other people mind your business. If you're going through something, go through it together. Consult the Lord. Pray together. And I pray that the man hear this that was in my life. That if you had any love for me, and you love me at all, at any point, just because I was that for you. It doesn't matter if you don't want people to know that you was loved in a way that God sent me to love you. Do something right by me. Make something right to me. If the Lord never make us back to be, I pray that you don't consider me your enemy. I love us enough to make us rise regardless of where we came from, on both sides, on all sides, and in between. We all can be better. It doesn't matter where we came from. If you can change and you're ready to be better, if these words inspire you to say, I can change, I don't want to be like that because I know I can be and do much better. If those words didn't resonate with you, I don't know what to tell you. But I love us anyway because it takes that. Even for it's even harder to say, well, these people you can still love somebody after they did all these things to you, after somebody hurt you and turned away and walked around on you and did all these things and they punched around and they did every kind of mean thing to you. You've been through so much in your life since you got here. You still got enough love in your heart to make somebody else care? Yes. How? Because I didn't get overwhelmed. I didn't let life overwhelm me. I knew as it came, I knew that I said, I'm okay. It's going to tell you, is it enough to scare you, to stop you, make you turn around, doubt yourself, curse God out? Are you going to follow people that follow somebody that tell you to go and against your own blessing because they don't want you to have it? And there's people in this world, so I'm going to tell you before I close, that will take everything and tell you that good is evil and make you miss something because everybody's doing it and you was accustomed to it. But when something came important that God was going to do for you and to cast that out because everybody wanted you to do something. If anybody wants you to miss your blessing, this is not just a fantasy or talking about anything dark. This is not to specific people. This is to all and everybody because everybody can learn from it. It's not certain people, okay? So if certain people feel offended, I'm talking to you, then you're probably one of the ones that this applied to. So if you do learn something and make yourself better than whatever it is that is not good of you. That's the only thing I can tell you. Change yourself. Find out that you could be your own best self and God could love you again if you repent. That's what that is. I don't know. Find something, some strength to change yourself, to love yourself. Maybe you can learn something about breaking generation curses. You have to. You have to want to break your own generation so you can stop being your own curse. The mindset is what makes the curse. The spirit is what holds that in. That's what repeats the curses. Do you understand how that happened? The spirit continue on and put that energy out there and then it reproduce itself and it fests on itself by putting it going in somebody else's mind, poisoning somebody else's spirit. If you don't want to know nothing and you feel like you should get upset, oh, you're telling me about I should change my sexuality, I need to be something. Who is you to condemn me? Uh, if the Most High said it, it doesn't matter. That's what it is. He doesn't like it. He didn't make us for that. He made us to be respectful of our bodies. Men and women, we need to bring that back. It's too many of loving on the same, and it's not enough of us loving each other in a harmonious way. It's not just for sex. It's not just for babies. It's for a balance. A man and woman standing in the balance of doing something that God want to show for his own purpose. When you do it his way, let God put people together because they will have a stronger and better reason and a better purpose. It will always be for you to self-grow, not to self-sabotage. If you find yourself sabotaging all your good things and every good thing that happened to you, look at the person you with because they realize they've seen something good. They don't want you to have nothing good for you. And those are the ones that drain you. They're going to lie to you and tell you, no, I'm not it. That's not me. Look at me. I'm standing here. It can't be me. Let me tell you. The people that you see is the same ones that's draining you. They're lying. That's why when you get rid of people and you stand by yourself, not you. It may sound like I'm saying get rid of people on your own. No. I don't dismiss people unless they do something to get dismissed. Now, if you dismiss yourself and you just back off for whatever reason, I just let you back off and I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna make somebody, why are you backing off? Why are you not? How come you don't call that much? How come you this? When the spirit changed. When the spirit changed and it let you know I wasn't really like your friend, I wasn't really like this, I was like that, and I was faking like this, and all those things that you listen. Once you understand your own, you understand why God places by ourselves, so we can better ourselves, so we can see the difference when God take us out from being the same in the worldly way that we was living. So when you live in a better, higher standard of yourself, you walking better, you clothe yourself differently, you wrap your hair different, you got a different type of spirit about you. It's your ancestors. My ancestors came and they was something. Okay, they wasn't roll horses bareback with spears in their hand. Let me tell you something. I came from a lineage that ain't about coming down here to be soft and dainty. If you're a fighter, you fight for something. If you stand for something. If you don't stand for nothing, you don't care about nothing. Why would you be talking? That's something I never did. This something is different. So God said, do something. If you do something different, if you walk, we have to do something. Take the leap. He'll follow you. All you got to do, don't have to worry about how it's going to get there, how you're going to make it out for you. He'll do it. Trust that you're doing something for the Lord. Why would He not let us listen? Why would He not take care of the ones that He's saying, look, you walking for me, you living for me? Why would He not protect us and let us know where danger is? For the ones that think that the Lord is not watching and not going to prepare His ones, for sick and silly ones, or people that's plotting or thinking that you can outdo, I'm going to outsmart God, because that person don't know as much as the Lord, but we can still trick them. Okay. It's the same way like Satan. Satan don't tell y'all nothing either. He just let y'all walk in. The Most High is not like that. He let us know. Your God don't let y'all know a goddamn thing except for, come on, touch that one. You sure? Yeah. You know, or if you ask him, he might tell you stupid, may tell some of y'all no. No, when you calling on the spirit, you come drawing up and you say, no, can we touch this one? And if it say no, then the answer should be no. Be smart enough to stop doing something. If something don't work in the spiritual realm, for spiritual people that understand their spiritual gifts, everybody is spiritual. Everybody either know the dark side of themselves, or it's getting passed down, or you learn your light side of yourself where God is conscience is enlightening you. So these are the things that's happening in this world, and it's always been. They just been keeping us from it. Now it's unlocked, and we unlocking. We are waking up. We remember where we come from, where we been. We understand the mission. Our family didn't come here to play. They came through something, to go through something. They went through this life because most people could not get through this life with keeping their heart and their spirit right, where they can still have love and still embrace and still say it's okay to get things wrong. It's okay to go the other way as long as you come back in a better way. Let God wash you. Let Him clean us and change our spirit so we can walk right, so we can hear that it's a it's another way when you can see things and you won't even have to research nothing. It's already whatever is hidden. God can reveal it to us. The enemy's mad. God damn, they walk up. We can't do shit. Why? Because we got the same power as you. And guess what? Our power is better than yours. Because the minions I'm talking to, the demons itself, I'm cool with them. They are honorable to the Most High. They work for Him. Do you think that they would hurt you? They understand that they belong and God gave them a job and they work for Him. They understand they're here to get the disrespectful ones. If you see something different, if you disagree, let me know. But they all work for the Most High. Why? Because they understand that when you don't want to live right and you just want to live a fast life, you want to live the sightseeing, you want everything that the world has, you want to keep up with everything, you want to look the part, but you're not the part. You want to have everything, but you're not really, you didn't work for it. You didn't earn it. So you don't know how to keep it. You don't know how to preserve it. That's something that God, the Most High gives naturally. So when the ones that didn't get it naturally, because they didn't want to learn, you had a chance. Everybody gets to do it. The enemy, the more you love and raise everybody around the world, raise their frequency, where would the enemy have to use? Nothing. Why? He would have no more minions. Or his minion is finished. They grew up. See? They don't want to grow up, you don't want to love, then you can't embrace in God's love and His glory. Those that listen to me, this is what the Lord said, those that listen to my voice, if you hearken to me, I will give you the inheritance of life of the land. I'll give you the tree of life. I give you milk and honey. I take you. I'll give it to you. You are inheriting the land. I will listen. If we don't understand that and don't want to understand that life is going to stop and try to stop it. Why? Because it don't want to die. It's like, no, we are the powers. We don't want to be exposed for our darkness. You shouldn't have been dark, and you shouldn't use people to try to do it. Now, God said, I will make the last the first, and the first the last. I guess they didn't get the memo. because he did say it. He said everybody that finished last. It's not some, this is not one. This is all. When one rise, we all rise. When one fall, they all fall. If you came after one and that one took you all out, that means that was God's girl. Now, either way, somebody don't like it and say, who is this force in this goddamn world? Everybody rise up with me, because I don't like this world, because they don't like us, and they told us what place we need to be. We don't need to be in a place. We need to be in a place where we want to be. You find the right place so you could be your righteous self. So you could be, if you want to be with the enemies, love all yourselves. Make a little section. Go in another part of the world. We don't have to say God going to do it. I don't know how He's going to do it. I don't need to know how everything. I just need to trust that God got us covered. He doesn't cover His children and leave us with the mischief that He took us out of. It just never will happen. I'm saying, people, grab something in your spirit to understand God's love is not the same as this world. It's not. It's going to freeze you and confuse you at the same time, and tell you that you need to go to a church, a building, and speak in fellowship with other people that believe in the same God that deceived the whole world. How are you listening to other people? This is why we are all confused, because that's what it did. And some of us that's not confused, the ones that's not confused no more, the ones that's still confused is looking at us like we the problem, and you confused. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't sound like the rest of the world. No, because yeah, we not, and neither are you. Once that demon take over, you're not a part of this world either. You're different. I mean, you're part of this world, but you're different. So when people thinking that that's the same, oh, that's the same. No, when they change and they do something different, or they talk a certain way, their eyes change, and people experience demons taking over, and their spirit change and their eyes change. And if you had those spirits, I didn't have all those spirits, but I did understand going against demons and not knowing that they can afflict you and people can send them to you. So if you never seen it, you wouldn't know how to pray. I didn't know it right away. So when I'm telling you, it's time to observe a little bit and trust the Lord in a different way. Be everything the Lord wants you to be. Be everything that you should be. Be comfortable with wherever you are. Don't live a life that you could look back or worry about something could come back and make you ashamed. Live a decent life no matter where you go. People got to lie and make up things on you. That's the only way they can say you did something on you a certain way. When you live life right, you're not into everything this life. You don't care about everything this life has. By listening to me, y'all will know the truth. I don't have to lie. My name is Queen, and I've been everything, and it's been a pleasure that the Lord said, speak to my people for me. And I said, Lord, if I get the chance, I'll do it for you for free. I'll do it gladly. I'll tell the world. I'll do whatever it is. I'll let them know that you're the greatest thing that ever happened to me. How do you know? How? How do you know to hold on when you don't have it? So I want you to live life and live life long. I hope this find you in peace wherever you are. To all my people, I love you. And good morning and be blessed. Or good night wherever you are in parts of the world. And I hope I inspired somebody or anybody as I inspired myself. Thank you, and peace and love. Yes, this is the other side that says we didn't come to lay down and roll down. We came to show out and show up. I came to speak up to say, if we keep feeding this beast is going to keep cheating us. It's just going to keep beating us. Gotta let the beast die sometime. Stop paying it is what I'm saying. Stop feeding it, paying all these bills. At some part, somebody come up with, I'm telling you, at the beginning of a month, now next month's coming up, I don't care what month it is. At the beginning, stop paying some of these bills so you can't never see if you want to make a change if you don't do nothing to say, now this time, now we real. Now this is the real time. This is how you want to see if something changed. You have to be the change to make it. I can't. One person cannot do it by themselves. I need many to feel the same way because they don't care about us. Didn't Michael Jackson tell us that? Didn't you say that? And so they don't really care about us. So why do we care to keep paying people that care to slay us and to poison us, to take us away, and mind control and shape our brain and do all kinds of funny things and make fun of us and tell us that we crazy, we bipolar, we hear voices, we this and we that. No, we everything that God made us to be. That's called our gifts, and they trying to confuse us and make us think that we sick and we need something to control it. We just don't understand what we have and we don't know what to do. So you need somebody to teach you how to use your own gifts properly so you can understand that that comes naturally. But if it comes natural, do you naturally know what to do with it? No, especially if you don't know why it happened to you or how it always could have been with you. You just didn't know that's what it was. Because this life, these people, this world, this government lied to us and told us, ain't no God, you gotta go to court. You gotta look at the dollar bill and God we trust. You see what I'm saying? They use green to make us mean. That's your heart chakra. I didn't say money is make you evil. I'm saying is our heart chakra. It will make you chase after it to love it more than your own self. You'll sow your soul and lose your heart. That makes you cold. You understand? They take the green and change your heart. Make that hard. They harden your heart so you don't feel the things that you got to do beyond the imaginable, how many people and hearts you got to crush, so you cannot have a heart. That's why they give you money and you chase after it, and they do things to make you don't think about it. But when you run across someone and you run across the wrong one, going to make you see yourself in a different light. Now you're going to have to analyze, take the curtains and peel back the onions and really analyze yourself. Was I living like that? Was that what I was? Is that what was happening to me? Did I do the same thing that was done to me? Did I put that on anybody's soul? What do you do if you want to be a good being? You heal the pain in that one soul. You got to go back and heal it. It's not sorry for the magnitude of certain things. It doesn't matter what other people think or how somebody feel. Oh, after all, they did all that, then they want to say sorry. I wouldn't listen to that person. They can't tell me nothing. Don't do that, because you're not the judge. And God said, let every man or woman, if they repent and they change their ways and they understand it, except if you sneaking. Now, if you sneaking and you being funny about it and somebody catch it, don't get mad that they call you out about it. So if you coming to someone that understands how spirits and minds work, and you got to be strategic, especially if they know you. If they know your spirit, if I know your spirit, I already know what you're capable of. That's all I need to know. Now, everybody don't know that. If you know, learn these attributes of their spirits, and then you'll know what each spirit and each being is capable of. If they serve any god of this world, and they got any or all of the attributes that this world says that goes against the Most High, and they every attribute of it, downloads, misfits, men and women abusers, they're users, they get over in life. These are people that's not really good with their kids. They just show them superficial things and let them look cute and nice and pretend that they're good businesswomen and businessmen, that they raise good children and raise them up to be good, decent God beings. They can't. How? They don't have it in them. They did not grow with it. So they got misfits children. It doesn't matter if they look nice and they look raised and they was raised decent. If they went with this world and they superficial and they raise their kids based on that, what you can get, who you know. I know the Most High, so and Most High know everybody. The Most High knows everybody. So who you need to know that's better than that? Who got more connections than the Most High? See, this is for smart ones. Everybody be smart. Always bet on the Most High, which is to bet on yourself properly. Use yourself wisely. Try to, for those that's already in the alphabet or whatever relationships you are in, and the heterosexuals too. If you're doing things with yourself that you shouldn't be doing, no matter if you got a wife or a husband, if you're doing things that go against all the things that God said how to use the body properly, care and nurture it, have sex, be sensual, because don't disrupt the body, because you need it to get to God, because this is our temple. This is how you reach the Creator. Be creative and be nurturing to your partner. Not saying don't pleasure. Everybody can do your own style. Just be grateful and be careful how you do it. Nurture and respect whatever it is that God gave you. Be okay with the outcome if you do something other than what God told you. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. He's going to get his way anyway, and it's going to bring you to full circle. Nothing going to work for nobody. If God didn't say that this could be, you should be with this one, and that one could be with that one. If it's not approved, and it's not going down, except for yourself. So please believe that that's what it is. If you don't believe it, look it up yourself. I'm not going to go through all of that. I'm just telling you. That is what it is. It's not a feeling. Or, I don't think that way, but that's your opinion. What makes you think that you could say anything that I said it right, and it makes sense, and it goes according to life. That's it. Nothing I said was off the grid that you need to research, or somebody going to be like, "Well, I beg to differ." Okay, you can. It doesn't matter if the Most High is what it is. That is what it is. It's not. Well, let me think about it. You should think about it and think about generational curses. Could that actually be why we turn inwardly towards each other? Why are we not appreciating each other? Why are we putting each other down? Why is there not enough women and to be upstanding, to be better grandmothers or better mothers or even sisters or aunts? What is happening? This world is tearing us down and is doing it at a profound rate at a time where God said, no, someone will have to stop. And you're looking around and say, well, where's God at? God is everywhere. He gave us a mouth, gave us a reason to shout. If everybody said, listen, let's don't do this. Nobody thought that we should come up with it. Stop paying all these bills. I know we thought about it, and we need to not do that. Why? We could do what we want to do. If you raising up, you doing what you want, we could do what we want. You want to raise our rent, you want to raise everything, make it all high for the drivers. Stop paying all these bills so you have more money for gas. Why? Because that makes sense. If you're gonna raise the rent and I got a store or whatever it is, and you going up on my food, I gotta pick and choose what I can eat and buy and whatever it is. Let me stop paying these people credit cards or whatever it is, so I can be able to pay gas in my car and do what I want to do, right? Because why? Your car is a necessity. You need it because most people gotta live long distance or wherever you at. I'm just saying, make life make sense for you. Don't let this life tell you what makes sense. You make this life, this people while you in it, make sense for you in a way where it's going to be productive for you. But God still love you and you're doing it his way. Let my love inspire you. Have a good one. Bye for now.